Hello everyone and welcome to the Cambridge Bowls Club for the big day for the Tuesday Pennant competition. Yes, it is Wednesday, but it is the Tuesday Pennant competition grand final day, and we have a huge day here. It's going to be a warm one here at Cambridge, but we are getting underway nice and early. Beautiful conditions, a little bit of breeze blowing across, and a clear blue sky to greet us. It's Mosman Park versus Safety Bay. Mosman Park versus Safety Bay. What a fantastic match this is going to be. Clive Adams here. I'm joined by Doug Kelly. How are you, Doug?
I'm fine.
Of course, I should give you a better intro than that. President of Bowls WA, Doug Kelly, of course.
Yes. No, thanks for that. Look, just a day that we've been looking forward to, and the season started way back at the third week of October, and here we are on the 26th of March, like you said, albeit a Wednesday, and couldn't get two better teams to be playing in this final with their history during the year of sharing it 1-1.
Well, this is the thing. So, not many people have been able to beat Mosman Park this year, but Safety Bay have got a win under their belt against this team. So, Mosman Park have been the trendsetters all season. We're just getting underway. Wendy Stower is rolling the jack to get us going. A big thank you to Professionals Real Estate, of course, for their support right the way through all of the pennant competitions, Doug. They are a wonderful supporter of bowls in WA.
Yeah, we are blessed, and they have moved into several years of this sponsorship, and we really do thank the professionals for their continued support, and without them we would struggle. And of course it's not just the ladies pennants, they do all pennants, so in Metro, so they've been a great relationship with our key sponsors.
All right, stickers on the bowls for Mosman Park and non-stickers for Safety Bay. And we are underway here. The rink we have on show for you today is Lisa Featherby for Mosman Park. She's joined by Jeannie Gallotti, Claire Hughes and Wendy Stower. And for Safety Bay, it's Lexi Webster skippering with Coralie Shaddock, Jenny Rogowski and Lynn Brody. So that's the lineups for you. And as you see, Wendy just a bit quick with her first. Now, imagine this time of the day, the green will be running a treat. Interesting start, just trickling past. The players have had a roll up in either direction, but it'll just take maybe a little bit of a time just to find their range. But I expect the green running quite nice this time of the day.
And Clive, your home ground, obviously Cambridge, where you've bowled with a lot of success here and a lot of games by now. So tell me a little bit about what we'll expect as far as pace and shape on this
yeah,
green.
Well, as the weather warms up later in the match, we'd probably expect things to slow down just a little bit. The synthetic greens, would have been watered this morning, so it'll be running a treat right now. But the players are just going to have to watch for as the heat of the day comes in, especially given the fact the forecast is for 38 degrees. We hopefully won't get anywhere near that until the completion of the match, until after that. But it will slow down a little. Interesting that both leads have chosen to go different sides of the rink to start here, Doug. We've got one side playing the away from the ditch side of the rink, and Safety Bay choosing the ditch side.
Rink one, so we know that...
I don't want to give away too many secrets here,
well, by the time they watch this, it'll be too late. But, I've obviously played here a few times myself, and do you find that this particular rink is a little bit, you'd leads, if you're playing for Cambridge, you'd go straight onto the wide hand, or you don't have a preference?
I'm just wondering where the wide hand is, because it'll depend exactly where that breeze is. There's not a huge breeze at the moment, so they're probably much of a muchness, but certainly on most ditch rinks, Doug, I'll just say I would prefer to start on the green side of the green rather than the ditch side.
Correct. Interesting. So we've seen variation in people picking up. They've been sort of short and long.
Jenny just a bit quick with her effort there. So it's just a matter of finding that range. The line looks pretty good so far from all players. It's just finding that weight. And of course, don't forget, this is a grand final. There's a few little nerves.
Absolutely. So we rewind to Monday, and where we played the second semi that was played on the grass up at the very picturesque great bowl here.
Great
coming
shot.
through.
Brilliantly played. Claire Hughes, resting toucher with her second bowl of the match. We'll be happy with that. Let's see if Jenny can reply. Yes, will Mosman Park book their place first?
Correct. In a tight aggregate, where as much as they got out and they held their lead, it wasn't insurmountable. It was a good contest, and of course, but that counts for nothing. This is completely different surface, different atmosphere, different pressures. So we'll see what happens. But that was a cracking start by Claire Hughes with that one on and then one behind. Of course, they do have a very strong winter competition, so I know Lisa and Claire off this rink do come up and play a lot here.
The only difference in winter is they play the opposite way on the green, so it feels like that should be an advantage, but you know, in terms of familiarity, it would be, as this isn't far away either. Just needs to keep rolling. Just come up short. Thought that had a little bit more on it. It's nuisance value potentially.
So that'll force Coralie onto the other hand.
Yeah, I would look. Early indications, early signs of you don't really want to get stuck on this side of the rink too much. It plays true. It's just can be difficult to find once the breeze comes up.
Yeah, right. And that a sea breeze, or are you talking about this is an easterly that we're puffing in at the moment?
Yeah, it's different at the moment. This is not far away. Great effort. It's just going to drop away. It will always turn on that hand. Doesn't matter where the breeze is. So that's the backhand in this direction.
So Jeannie, now her instructions from skipper Lisa Featherby is to beat that bowl on the wing. Albeit 2 bowls behind Jack High.
Of course, we've got finals happening all over the greens here at Cambridge. We've got First Division White final, North Beach playing Mount Pleasant. We've got the Green North final, Morley versus Wanneroo. The Green South, Coburn versus Warnborough. Second Division, Rossmoyne versus Mount Pleasant. And Third Division, Doubleview versus Byford. Yesterday, of course, Doug, Mosman Park won the Fourth Division pennant. So the first Tuesday Pennant has been awarded. It was Mosman Park defeating Como in a thriller, 2 shots.
Yes, and the way to be, isn't it? You get a tough season and a tight final. Great outcome for bowls. So everyone's a winner. It's
21 ends on each of 3 rinks here in the pennant format, of course. So we will keep you abreast of the aggregate score as well. The other skippers playing each other in this match. Kelly, do you know who that is?
I'm one of my protege. D. Kelly has had a successful year.
Denise Kelly versus Irene Arndt, and Chris Ace Watson versus Debbie Smith are the other 2 rinks that are taking part in this one. As Lisa Featherby now been in a remarkable form for it seems like forever, to be perfectly honest. Her form over the last 4-5 years has just been incredible. A little rub off the front perhaps. Might have done enough to count with that.
Yes, and just coming off talking about
another
success.
Nuisance value there too, Doug.
Yeah, and the 100 up winner again.
Yeah,
4 in a row.
Just incredible. Between Lisa and Christina Christic, of course, over the last 4 or 5 years, there hasn't been too many other events to go around other than those 2.
And we'll talk about Cyprus in a minute as we see Lexi Webster
just travelling here, won't quite get down. So an opportunity now for Lisa just to find a way past her own bowl, count again, and really a guarded head and a difficult one for Lexi to get at.
So Lisa again will play that hand. She just has to beat hers to count. I'd suggest they're holding maybe the 3. We're not getting any.
Well, it's at least 2.
It's at least 2.
So again, out on this backhand side, it will swoop. All down to weight now, and she's played this really well. A little bit of jack movement. Well, that might have actually. Jack's actually moved slightly forward there, so could be as many as 4 shots at the moment.
So
Lexi with a delicate draw shot on here to try and cut this down.
The third, Carly's. They're discussing. They've had her on both hands so far, but she will settle into the backhand. She has played one there already.
This is not an easy shot early in the match, Doug.
No feel for it just yet. You know you have to reach, but we know it's running.
Okay, it's halfway. And it looks a chance. This looks very good. What a great shot this is. That is a brilliant bowl from Lexi Webster. We think she might have been as many as 4 down. She's cut it back to just the 1. And what a great confidence building start for Lisa Featherby.
And to have Bob
and
with that
Lexi
touch.
Webster, both players.
Absolutely. Getting that touch, keeping it to 1, dropping a 4 in the first end's not a good way to start. So we speak about the success of Lisa and how much success she has enjoyed over the journey, but one of the successes that has come her way is being involved in the Australian over 60 side, which are off to Cyprus in December. So it's be quite the journeyman for Lisa. In June she'll be at the AO. She'll get into November, and then she'll be in Tassie for the side series, and no sooner gets back from that and she'll be repacking her bags and bowls and polishing them up and then heading off to Cyprus.
Have you seen the complex there, Doug?
In Cyprus? No. Have you?
Incredible.
Wow.
I haven't seen it firsthand, but I've seen it on start here. First bowl from Wendy Stower. I tell you what, whenever I do the stats, Wendy Stower always comes up big on the lead stats in terms of her wins and losses for the seasons.
Yeah, and
it's just an incredible record.
And I've never ever had the opportunity to correct you, but I will. It's Wendy Stower, as in tower.
Oh, okay.
So I know Wendy and Ken really well, and we travel around a bit, and so just so we'll be correct.
Oh, look at this reply.
Well,
the first end nerves are done.
If this is the tone of the match, we're in for a cracking game here.
Lynn
Clive.
Brodie with a great shot there.
Yep.
Wendy Stower, okay.
Stower as in tower.
Yep. We will get that score fixed up for you in just a moment. We're just ironing out a couple of little bugs.
Wendy, of
course. But it is 1-0 to the Featherby combination at the moment.
And that is very good leading. On and behind. So Wendy, of course, played in the WA over 60 side that ventured off to Club Tweed last year and counted for herself very well. Trialling all the trials for our open and 60 side, men and women, 18s, and the all abilities is all up and about and happening as we speak. So I know a big weekend coming up at Cardinia mid-April when the state triples are on. So
there's so many events still to come, Doug. Wow. It's amazing. It's so good.
And the greens are at their best, and you can talk about, obviously we'll use some synthetics, but all the grasses I played on, I had the pleasure of playing up at Joondalup last Saturday, and I don't think that I've played on a better green. It was just perfect. I mean, hats off. And then we know, of course, Mosman Park and Bassendean, and there's lots of them are really up and about, but that Joondalup one was something to behold, how good it was. So Jenny Rogalski. Husband Peter will be. I haven't seen Peter. I'm sure he'll be here.
Yeah, now playing the green side of this rink now. When I say the green side, I mean away from the ditch. So players settling down there. That's not a bad home for Jenny's first bowl. Just about a metre past the jack. Now Claire with a bit of correction to do here. Again, this hand in this direction will turn. So you get nothing for biting the line on this hand.
Claire, of course, is one of our academy products, has spent time within the system.
And that's just that was a tough correction for her because her first bowl did miss by a fair margin quick, so she's tried to make the correction and just come up that little bit short.
And it is that pace green where that we'll see that more than once throughout the day, Clive, I'm sure.
Next door, Safety Bay picked up 4 on the first end, so big collect for Safety Bay to get their score moving. We will keep an eye on all of those scores for you and the scores from the other matches. We will have the other divisions as well as the games progress. Of course, they're all just completing their first few ends at the moment. Well, that's a nice look there.
It is.
From Jeannie. Another bowl just in past the jack.
So it's finishing easy. We see that. And if you correction, it's a game of correction, as we know, Clive. So if you can get your first one reasonably close, it's easy to correct on the second. But if you're a long way off, you're not quite sure where you're at. So they'll work into it. It's only early days.
And bearing in mind, none of these teams would have played here throughout the year.
Correct.
As Cambridge isn't in the Premier League competition on a Tuesday, so a new surface for some, as you said, Doug. There is the very popular pairs competition that the wonderful Ross Bolton runs during the winter. So a lot of the that is an open gender competition, so they welcome everybody, and a lot of the ladies get along and play. And then another great shot.
Another bowl in the head. If she
does build a little bit of a target now. It's interesting that Lexi's still calling the draw. I wonder when they might have been tempted to try and change it a little bit.
So tentative in the approach here.
The problem is that's a bit set up now for Lisa to come straight down there and sit the shot bowl, turn the Mosman Park bowls up, and that safety bay bowl's looking a little lonely.
So Lisa's one we know. She's skips on a Saturday out at Mosman Park in the Open Gender Comp. Not that it matters whatever comp she's in, but she is prepared and very capable of playing that shot through the head, Clive. So
yeah,
not a great time to.
And you can see the discussion. You can see the discussion there. So she's talking about coming down onto their own front bowl. Now we do have a little bit of a telestrator opportunity here. So if we talk about that bowl there, that's the one that she's looking at attacking, getting down onto that. Or if she finds a way anywhere in this sort of zone, she's going to be looking at a result. So that's where Lisa will be looking down here with about perhaps a metre or so of weight. That was the first try with that, Doug. That went quite well.
That went well. And catching, I thought you might have. Here we go.
Just on the outside.
Radio. So where will that? Well, depends how you hit it, of course. But the covering bowl. What is the perfect covering bowl there? How far back? Because Lisa's shown that the weight is going to push. If she gets hold of it, it is going to go a lot further back than a metre.
It's actually a difficult one to determine, Doug, because it depends what edge Lisa gets on the way in as to where that jack may go. It could actually go either side of the head. Safety bay don't have much out this side, so perhaps if Lexi can just stay on, doesn't really want to cross the line. It's not a bad home. The danger for Lisa now is a back cut of the jack. So down into where Coralie is standing.
So the third's call is for less weight, but the same intent.
That's to guard against that back cut of that jack. Now, this will battle to get down. Just going to hold on the outside.
And then classic quick grain where they're not going to shape on you. Not on that length.
It'll give you, that hand will bend on the draw.
On the draw?
But with a little bit more weight, you'll just hold off a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's just the finding the rank. They're tempted to, I was wondering whether they might be tempted to take the one here. Very difficult to get another one in there, but Lexi is going to give it her best shot.
Getting onto that first bowl of Wendy's, probably doesn't want to lay that flat. And definitely doesn't want to get it up and over, but she's too high for that. And that'll even the scores up. One shot apiece, 2 ends completed. It's always a great spectacle here, isn't it, Clive? I really do enjoy it. This is quite a picturesque little club, and the way it's all laid out and protected, and you don't get, well, I guess we don't hear it, but the noise, stays within this, creates a bit of a stadium with the way that it's sunken down here. It's a beautiful
setup. It is a beautiful setup. Yeah. We've got so many picturesque clubs around the place, and they all have their own character, and they're all, you talk about views and setups. Well, Mosman Park doesn't get much better than that. But then, you go down to Safety Bay, and you're right on the water, and there's
Dalkeith, Netherlands. Yeah, they've all got their
little
characters.
Attractions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, Safety Bay potentially with a slight surface advantage in terms of they play more on synthetic, obviously being a synthetic club, whereas Mosman Park more on the grass, although they do now have a synthetic there as well.
Yes, of course they do. I've played on that. Yes, so if there was an advantage as far as the surfaces go, it would be Safety Bay, because this
Great starter here, Doug. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Lynn Brodie. Well, I mean, you saw what happened on the last end. She nailed it with her first bowl, and it was enough to hold shot throughout. So fantastic start again. Interesting that that's backhand round the clock that Lynn's playing, so maybe a slight favouritism to the backhand side.
Yeah, which is not a crime on this surface and with the wind, and this isn't a bad reply. It's a very good reply.
I do hear you. I feel like round the clock may get trickier as the day goes on, but we will see.
Because this wind, I guess it'll with forecast of 38 degrees, we'll be staying in the east for a while, but if it does strengthen, well, then that bowling around the clock comes with some challenges. But so far, you wouldn't criticise the way Lynn's performing.
No, she's done well here. This one's just going to pass, and that's two very handy bowls. Won't get any complaints from the skipper with a bowl on the jack and a bowl just behind. I don't know about the journey with this one. Looks like it's just crossing anyway, so a little bit of both perhaps required there for Wendy.
And we'll probably see a bit of that today, the bowls crossing. I know last time we called out of Cambridge, we did see a big percentage of bowls crossing the head. It just goes with this surface where once you stop trusting it, it'll punish you.
Jenny Rogowski, very experienced player at the top level bowls. Just going to pass, and once again nothing wrong with that. As a second, it's almost the job is to make sure, and I think that's where I feel like Claire is almost an ideal second because she likes that reaching style game.
Absolutely. Not
short with many bowls, and I was about to say it last end and then she came up short with the second one, but won't be short with too many, I wouldn't think.
And she's just being reminded by a skipper that there's shape, and there'll be shape here all day. You're no longer at Mosman Park, and
cannot
crosses
bite the
by
line.
2.5 metres. So it did slide away a bit, but she'll correct. It's a game of correction, so she knows what not to do, and that's be tight.
The reality is the line out there is almost through the wide short bowl. Just got to be underneath that bowl, and it'll come home nicely.
Weight was fine.
Jenny not far away here. Oh, well.
Oh, that changes it.
She's got unluck. Got unlucky there, hasn't she? I was just making sure that was a Mosman Park bowl, but it is.
It is. That's
Wendy's
Wendy's.
Yep.
And rewarded for having a bowl, Wendy, albeit fortuitously that it ended up there, but she did have a bowl within the vicinity for that luck to happen and to catch it. So
Claire just trickling up. Well, just that foot or so away from being able to find a way into the count. The one thing about Cambridge on a hot day, Doug, is it tends not to get as hot as perhaps, for those unfamiliar with the Perth metropolitan area, where we are coastal here. We're about a 5-minute drive from the coast, and it does mean that it shouldn't get super hot. Jack movement again here, and well, that is a great shot. Jack's gone far enough that it's back to safety bow at least holding one. Two down.
So Lisa points out. So Jenny's shot is on her forehand, and it's just a draw shot. There's nothing to promote, so she can get around that shot bowl. Rather call it than play it.
Well, yeah, I hear you, Doug. Jenny does have her own bowl coming up. So one turn on the Mosman Park bowl, and it will be enough for shot, so she can play it confidently. So in this light, it's just a bit tricky to pick up the white stickers. But this bowl on the outside, this bowl on the outside here, that is a Mosman Park bowl. So there is the opportunity there with that shot to just pop that bowl up.
So there's...
That won't be the goal of Safety Bay, of course.
Of course it won't be. But is there a shot? Would it swoop around on the backhand as well? You know, you talk about the shape of this green. She wouldn't be able to get to it around there?
Not going near the backhand for this setup. No, I think there's a nice shot there on the forehand. Even the little gap between the bowl and the two front bowls there brings you down onto the jack. So it's just a matter of having the weight to give it a chance. Yeah. So Lisa's signalling just a little bit more weight.
Best part of a metre she's asked to be added on.
She can afford just to sort of just arrive her way in here. I wouldn't necessarily crash the way in, but arrive the way in.
So she's added the weight. Has she got the shape to match it? And lack of interest from the skipper tells me no.
Now, for Safety Bay, for Lexi, there might be a temptation to go to backhand here, because round that front bowl, she can get back to a decent home if Lisa does crash through there. Jack movement out to this sort of area might be where Safety Bay might elect to play a bowl rather than run the risk of coming down and running into that.
Yeah, right. So that bowl that may be in the way out on our far right-hand side of our screen, you will get round that to come back in if you could draw a shot from there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that she will choose to do that, but it is an option. And it looks like where she's going.
Yeah, astute judge. Lexi, of course, participated in our 2023, was part of the State Open side, played in the series against Victoria when they came over, and then went back into the over 60s for when we held the side series. So very experienced bowler.
See, you would have seen where that bowl landed, right in that area that we were talking about. It's probably a little bit further than she would have liked, but it certainly guards against any jack movement.
So Lisa's playing a weight to get her bowl up and over.
Yeah, she's just on the wide side. That's just a feeling early in this match. You just got to find where the line is for your particular bowls.
Yep.
Lisa generally uses, I would imagine she's using an SRV. She normally uses
Taylor's
SRV.
Taylor bowl.
Just slightly tighter bowl. As the wind gets up and blows right through our area where we're seated, right alongside the rink. And again, looking backhand to get round into that area we were talking about. Just doesn't want to bite the line. Yeah, it wasn't far away.
Right. Line was good. Wait, not so. So Lisa.
This will be more direct. This will be slightly more direct from Lisa, I would expect. Potentially just a little bit more weight and into the line a little bit more. Well, she had the line, needed that little bit more weight, and will sail through. So we believe it's going to be two to Safety Bay. One removed and two confirmed. So 2 it is to Safety Bay, and Safety Bay leads it 3 shots to 1 after 3 ends have been played.
So a tentative start, both sides. They seem to, no one's really got complete control of it. Perhaps the pick of them so far has been Lynn. She has been solid. I guess both the leads have been in and about, have done their role where they've got to the jack and to the back. So they're the pick of them so far. And the other's sort of a mix on how they're feeling it.
Yeah, updates from the other 2 rinks. Irene Arndt leads 5-1 over Denise Kelly at the moment after 3 ends there, and still just the 2 shots scored to Mosman Park for Chris Ace Watson over Debbie Smith at the moment. Safety Bay in front on the aggregate 8 shots to 5.
So a lot of state events left to come, Clive? over 60s mixed.
There's a bit of everything, Doug, to be
Open.
perfectly honest. There's under 18s, there's over 60s, there's, as you said, there's all abilities, there's the open state triples, there's champion of champions, of course, for both the open champion of champions and the novice champion of champions. There's a bit of everything. And as we mentioned, whilst we will have some score updates coming through as those matches get underway. They are the other matches that are going on around Cambridge at the moment. North Beach, Mount Pleasant in 1 white, Morley Wanneroo in 1 green north, Coburn Warnbro in 1 green south, Rossmoyne Mount Pleasant in 2nd division, and Doubleview Byford in 3rd division. And we will have score updates as the matches progress. And as we As we stop everything from blowing away on the desk here, Peter Harris joins me. How are you, mate?
Good morning, sir. It's going very well.
Great start so far. The players are just coming to terms with where the line is and so forth on this rink. And
A little bit of an easterly blow.
Yeah, different sort of breeze, isn't it? Although the Tuesday competition would probably be more akin to playing in the easterly type wind conditions than perhaps the Thursday and Saturday competitions that are played in the afternoon, and therefore more likely to be played in a southwesterly type wind direction.
Very true.
What have you seen so far, Pete? It's been an interesting start. The two leads have had a good battle here. Probably Lynn Brodie's been able to deliver a couple of good starts on the first couple of ends, and they've pretty much stayed there. We had a little bit of jack movement on the last end, but it still stayed with Lynn's bowls.
I can't actually comment because I've been looking at some of the other games.
Running around.
Yeah, you've killed me. I've been looking at some of the other games just for the last couple of ends. But everything's going well in all greens.
You could have just agreed.
I could have agreed.
No one would have known.
But no.
Claire Hughes needs us to get all the way now. And you can see Lisa urging that one to reach. There's definitely an agreement here, and Pete, I was talking about it with Doug, that Claire is a player that likes to reach. That's her style of game.
Yes,
Perfect for a 2 to Lisa.
Yes.
You know, Lisa has an aggressive game in her. She's happy for bowls to be past the head and set things up. So just crashing on the outside there. That wouldn't have been far away. It would have done a little bit more bending. And now Claire just needs to essentially play through her own bowl, if you like.
Yeah,
she could land the jack high bowl.
Yep, everything for arriving here. Her own, just outside her own. We'll get a metre past.
Fair effort.
The weight's good.
And that's where Lisa happy to clap that one, whereas the first one that came up just that couple of feet short didn't get a clap. No. it got an urge.
Yes, it's closer,
Reach.
but didn't get a clap.
And whilst it's going to be a warm day, Pete, it's a beautiful day. There's no doubt about that.
It is at the moment. Hopefully, we obviously did start that half an hour earlier to try and beat some of that heat. So hopefully it just holds off until this afternoon.
Well, this is on a nice sort of line.
Finds a
It'll
hole.
find its way through here. Or turn. That'll do.
That tidies it up. Tidies it up a lot.
So the issue now for Jeannie is with any sort of weight, she'll struggle to get down and sit that jack high bowl. It'll just hold off. She's going to have perfect draw weight to get down and land off that bowl. And as you can see, just a little bit of weight, and you just take the turn out. It'll still turn back eventually, but it just takes that immediate turn out. And Lexi asking for something behind. So Coralie with the job of just trying to drift past now. Did the damage with the first, now the cover with the second. She's in a great area. Just needs it to miss her own bowl
needs
now.
to find a way past, doesn't it? Well, it'll count.
Well, does that?
Might be some... that does give a little bit of a shelf as well. Might be a little bit more purposeful.
Well, with the two front bowls, there's options there, isn't there? And at worst, it maybe makes it sit a little bit nicer for Lisa.
Yep.
The indication from Lisa there was
just drawing.
Yeah.
I thought she might try and open it up a little bit. She does get clean underneath. Jack's there to be trailed. Because as we said, it does hold that hand, so you don't need a lot of weight to get under that front bowl.
I almost say the draw shot's almost the hardest shot here.
To get shot, yes. Got to be perfect.
Well, this is a better line than her previous for that shot, but it's going to drop away with draw weight, I think.
That helps a lot, but that helps
certainly
a lot.
opens the door a bit, doesn't it? And another bowl waiting to catch as well. That, I guess, if we have a look here now, Lisa's got options. You know, if she comes down in this sort of area, how's about I draw on the correct part of the screen? She comes down in this sort of area, she lands the shot bowl. Whoop.
Yes.
Yep. And a little catch off the edge of this could send her straight onto the jack. And we got some good stuff happening over here. So that's the options there. But Lexi will have the opportunity to do something about that first.
Forehand. So there's a nice hole here, but as we know, this hand, you do need to get it out there.
We've already seen a couple of elements of that.
Don't be cheap on your line. This is
how's the journey here?
This is pretty good.
What a great shot.
It will go late, but as we know...
It will.
But it'll...
Oh.
The jack went a bit further than they wanted. That is close now. That is the Mosman bowl on the left of our screen. So what was a really good bowl could have turned into unfortunate.
Well, based on... Lisa went there more than once in terms of looking with the fingers, so it must be reasonably close. Our angle, if you look at that, you'd favour Safety Bay, but looking across the green at it, I'm not sure I would.
No, not from our angle.
Interesting.
Our angle looks more Mosman. And Lisa's got a pretty good eye, so she'll be confident whether she's up or down.
Mosman Park now leading 5-0 on the Chris Ace Watson rink over Debbie Smith, and it's a 5-1 lead to Irene Arndt over Denise Kelly for Safety Bay. It's a very tight aggregate at the moment. Well, Lisa's on a good sort of line.
She's got a fair bit of weight here. She needs the jack.
Get to the jack.
Well, that's made sure of it. She
Well,
might have wanted a little bit more.
It's probably made two.
Possibly. That does make it hard. I know they're drawing to her foot.
Those front bowls are right in the line that you need to be on.
Lexi's drawing to her foot, but it will go late. This needs to be just missing those bowls to hold.
I think you and I are both expecting this might be tight, Pete. This is a hard shot.
Harder than it looks. So same weight as last bowl, just a little bit more track.
This has the potential to look good for a long way and then just duck across.
She has got weight.
Has she got to the jack? No.
Doesn't really want to move it anymore. As we can see, it did. Oh, it's not even in picture. It's gone all fair way. So certainly one to Mosman.
And Lisa can play this fairly confidently. You know, any sort of movement of jack's still in her favour, really.
That is her bowl coming in. Both her bowls coming in?
No, just the one bowl coming in, I think.
Just getting an
I don't think the yellow.
So the yellow's not, but the other one is. 2 rolls of that counts. Or slide underneath or slide around it. You can draw this around it quite easily. Well, not easily, but it'll come around it.
She's very close. Just needs to negotiate the front now.
Just one roll.
I
Then two.
don't think one roll will be enough, no. So I think this will be 2 to Mosman Park, although the tape is coming out. That one definitely.
Yes.
I'll be very surprised if this one's not in.
Comfortably, is it?
Yep. 2 it is. So 3 shots apiece now on our show rink here. And as we enter the 5th end. We do have some score updates coming through. Haven't quite made it onto the graphic yet, but we're not far off doing that. So 7 shots apiece between North Beach and Mount Pleasant in the 1 white final. Pete, you've got Green North.
Wanneroo and Morley also 7 apiece.
Yep, 8-5 to Warnborough over Coburn in the 1 Green South.
I'll stick with the 7s apiece for Rossmoyne and Mount Pleasant.
And a 9-8 lead to Doubleview over Byford in the 3rd Division final. And the
All
Rossmoyne Mount Pleasant was 2nd Division, of course.
2nd Division, yep. So all a bit early for any kind of patterns going on yet.
Wendy Stour, very nice start here. Well, look at that. Brilliant. Fell off the jack.
Yes.
The heavier jacks, of course, on the synthetic surfaces, so it does happen. And if you are looking at this green and thinking, what are they actually playing on? So this is a Sandfield synthetic surface. Don't ask me which one, because I don't know.
No, it's about, is it 6 years old now?
That's 6 years old. You wouldn't pick it, really.
No.
It's in very nice condition. The thing that can make this green tricky is the wind. There's no doubt about that.
Especially the environment. I know we're in a bit of a hollow, so the wind does come from different directions. When you don't feel it on the mat, it can be different up the other end and in the middle, and comes around bushes and trees. So it's more wind than surface most of the time.
Right, so Lynn had her weight with her first, but missed the line. She's continuing to opt for essentially backhand round the clock.
Okay.
And this isn't far away. This is a very good effort. What a shot. Brilliantly played. Great shot. Hides it away. So now, Pete, I guess we see the importance now of not being short with this bowl. This just needs to pass, because it looks like there's jack movement on the cards at some point during the end.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, whether you're reaching past or you're trying to get jack high to set it up, even if you don't get shot.
Yeah.
Preferably, you might draw a shot like this one's very, very close.
Very close to doing so.
And that is...
Close.
Lisa, stop stepping across.
Yes.
Did have a word to her before. She says, I've told the girls not to step in front of the camera. I got some feedback for her already. Your starting position's great.
Now, if you're safety bay now, Peter, you can't really afford just to leave this alone.
No, you're trying to roll that.
That jack high bowl, or jack high-ish bowl.
2 feet of weight here.
And if you happen to get onto the front, well, it rolls onto jack anyway. Jenny just on the outside line here. Might get a little edge here. Well.
That does help.
Wasn't quite by design, but
no.
Closes things down. Might actually force Mosman Park to the backhand side now.
These Africans, they're 1 down.
Big time of the year, Pete. Thursday final starting tomorrow as well. Well, starting and finishing for some.
Some promotion finals finishing tomorrow. Pennant finals will go another week.
And then, of course, the Saturday, the completely open gender competition on a Saturday, plus the women's competition. They've just got one more week to go and then into finals there as well.
Yeah, there'll be some still trying to make finals or hold on to finals. Some trying to get out of demotion. So it's a big game tomorrow on Saturday for a lot of teams.
Just carrying a bit with this one, but past the head, there's certainly nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, straight down the line, it's not a bad place to be.
Yeah, so Claire's just... No, Claire's played it. Bowls. We won't be Claire. How about Jenny?
How about Jenny? Yes.
Forgot about Claire's first one. The best one.
Well, Jenny's done what she's been asked to do here.
She picked the line very well. That'll come right back, so...
Strong breeze coming across now.
Howling in.
It's the strongest it's been all morning so far. This looks a little on the tight side. Perhaps just a little bit of both.
So Jenny looking for that same line.
Yeah, it's a tough shot. It's there, but it's a tough shot.
No. I just left too much off, I think.
Well, a nice wide line. Lexi's acknowledged that, but I'm not sure that's going to play a huge part. It's going to depend on whether Lisa chooses to just draw here or whether she thinks about any form of attack. I think if the jack goes back, it's probably going more in favour of safety bay. Just looking at the angle it would go on, it would more go to the left of the centre line as we look at it on our screen right now. To our left.
I don't think there's a lot of attacking options.
No, I think it's trying to draw the shot, and look, a perfect bowl can turn it around the corner for two. And make it hard for Lexi to get it.
Yep. She can't go bigger at it because even that bowl follows it. And it looks like it will follow it a fair way. That is a toucher, so it's no use getting it to the ditch. So I think this is just get it out there, get the weight right, and see how close you can get.
The danger there, Pete, you feel that breeze and you don't want to go out too deep, and you have to.
You have to. You've got to ignore the breeze.
Yes.
Ignore the breeze. It's not going to hold for you. And it's consistent. So if you get it wrong once, you're gonna get it wrong twice.
Yeah, believe it.
Believe it. Believe it. Don't think that that's just a one-off. The breeze might have slackened off. It doesn't matter.
Plenty of atmosphere right across the green. You can see that in the background there. There's matches going on all around the venue here. If you're in the area, get down and have a look. Still plenty of vantage spots available, but there's a nice crowd here surrounding the rink. Lots of red and green.
There's 11 different clubs here, so there's only one club here with two teams. That's Mount Pleasant. So definitely wider.
Well, she's left a toucher mark on it too, Pete.
That's confident.
There is confidence. She's not far away.
Just get past him before it finishes off.
Well, that's a super effort. Oh, wow. Now, if you're Lexi, are you taking one here? I think you are, aren't you? because they will still have shot there.
I think Kylie's prepared to call it.
Well, they're having a bit of a look. Yeah, it looks clearly Safety Bay on screen, but they're closer than we are.
You can play gently on the forehand. Just touch their outside orange bowl, which will just tip their bowl over.
But if you're certain you've got shot, you probably can't improve it by doing that.
You can't get another one if you think you got shot. If you think you got shot, then there's nothing much you need to do. I think Lexi thinks she's got it. Kylie's not so certain. Yeah. So
Well, in that case, you
can.
can play the forehand shot. The only issue is the outside edge. That's the only issue that Lexi would need to be concerned about. She doesn't want to be touching that edge in there.
No.
She wants to be down in here instead. So we're looking down into that sort of area.
This is a dead draw. Not enough to get anything over, but just enough to tip the orange one up. To tip the blue one over.
We'll get an indication of whether she thinks she's got shot here, I think.
How much she's trying.
Yeah.
Well, the weight's
there.
She's trying.
Well, she's very close. Clear the front? Not quite.
Would have been interesting.
Well, even the front white bowl might have been okay.
Enough to tip. Yeah.
As long as she didn't get it through the gap.
Yeah.
Oh well, measures coming out.
Chock's going in.
Not a bad thing to see a third carrying chocks. I don't reckon there's too many of them around that do. They can come in handy.
No, there wouldn't be too many.
Most people just don't like things in their pockets, do they?
No, they don't. I hardly agree with that.
Okay, so it looks like they're finding the closest Mosman Park bowl first and then going back now to the Safety Bay bowl, and that is the shot.
Yep.
So 1 to Safety Bay, as we expected it would be. So a 4-3 lead on this rink after 5 ends have been played. The overall aggregate is just in favour of Mosman Park at the moment, 11 shots to 10. There's those updates from what's happening around the other rinks. And we're probably not far off getting an update there and updating those as the games start to develop.
Was that a hint? Updater just got up and off he goes. Pretty good start here.
Been very consistent early, has Lynn. She's settled right into this. And there you saw what happens on that. It is the narrow side, but it will still give you some turn.
Yeah, if you get the weight right, you'll get back to the line okay. If you
It's just with the weight
out there.
Just once you put a bit of weight on that, it tends to hold through the turn.
Yes.
A nice reply here from Wendy. Well, she's trailed the jag. It's still 1 to Safety Bay, but great shot. Safety Bay on the board on Debbie Smith's rink. They now trail 6-1 to Chris Ace Watson. And Irene Arndt leads 6-3 over Denise Kelly for Safety Bay. It's overall a 12-11 lead to Mosman Park. So Pete, Safety Bay come into this one. Yeah, it's a very good shot.
Yes.
Safety Bay come into this one as the underdog. Mosman Park have dominated throughout the year. Safety Bay with a huge last round win to actually get into second.
Yes.
And that getting that second spot has proved crucial in them getting to the grand final, you would think. You know, whilst they lost to Mosman Park on Monday, they then had the home ground advantage to make their way through to this grand final.
Definitely that second spot really helped.
And of course, we're so used to seeing Manning here, but with the changes, with the open gender competition coming in, a lot of the Manning women choosing to play in that competition, it's changed things. And you know, 2010, we've had one winner that wasn't Manning.
Yes.
We're going to have a different winner
We're
today.
going to have a different winner today.
Well, it might be that same one winner. It might be. Great shot here from Wendy.
That's a great follow-up.
Wendy Stour right in the area again, so the lead's having a great battle. So it is somewhat of a changing of the guard. Of course, Mosman Park have been here a lot.
Been here many times.
Just not on the winning team.
They finished on top of the ladder at the end of the home and away a few of those times as well, but Manning finals experience got them over the line. So this is their opportunity, but there's a lot of experience in these safety bay teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Does the experience, albeit losing experience for Mosman Park into the greater part, does that count for you still, or does that potentially count against you?
Yeah, a bit of both, depending on your mindset, isn't it? You've been here before and not being able to win. You've had some good performances, but just haven't been able to have good performances across the 12.
In essence, it doesn't matter.
So it's a mindset here.
In essence, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect the game.
No, but the mindset, especially if safety bay can
get away a little bit
towards those middle ends and get up to double figures in front or around that 7 or 8.
Then the questions come up in the mind, don't they?
Mosman Park girls, we've been here before and we haven't been able. This is not looking good. They've got to be strong-minded here.
We'll see how that progresses.
It's a challenge for Safety Bay, not only to put that doubt in Mosman Park's mind.
Well, looks like Jenny's underdone for the weight out this side. You are covering more territory out on that side. It does require just a little bit more weight.
Yes. Yep. It's not slower, it just turns more, so you've got to give it more. So Claire looking, she hasn't got the weight.
The line's quite good. It's not bad.
Or the weight's quite good.
Yeah.
Take your pick. At some point, Mosman are going to have to attack a little bit here. It's just a matter of when.
It's a good setup for Safety Bay. They've got the back of the rink as well. Jenny Rogowski's yellow bowl at the back of the rink. Certainly handy at the moment. What's this one doing? It's dropping underneath and going to drop right away. There's an indication of that turn that happens on that side of the rink. Wape's perfect.
As we say, it is consistent. So eventually it becomes the player's fault for not understanding that.
Well, it's just important in the first sort of 8 to 10 ends that you find that range.
A bit of a discussion going on as they pretty hard to draw their way out of it. They're going to have to play something at some point. It's a matter of whether Lisa sets it up for herself. And that looks like what she's going to do. I think she's asking Jenny to try and just get 2 or 3 feet past, which will allow them then to...
Well, that's the problem at the moment, isn't it? Any movement onto Jack, and that is actually lined up to go. We can't see that that bowl at the bottom of the screen, but it's almost lined up to go straight to it.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Mitch.
Mitch looking after all of our pictures, doing a fine job as always.
High Tide Media, if you're in the requirement for a live stream of an event or something, I'm sure Mitch will happily talk to you.
He's even given me a method to draw on the screen, Pete.
No.
I mean, it's just, you know, it's fantastic. Good shot here. That gives options.
Okay, yep. Allows them to play something underneath. Obviously, if they play too much, then, but at least they're still only going to be 1 down. It's 1-1, and they're a chance to get shot.
It is interesting because it's almost false security there because the jack's going. This jack's still headed over here. It all comes down to weight.
Yeah. If it moves a metre 5 feet,
Then that's very handy.
they'll probably have 2.
Yeah.
Not a close 2, but they'll have 2.
So now it's over to Safety Bay to try and put a bowl into that sort of region.
Corley has got it out this time. It'll work its way back now.
Okay, we've got some updates coming through from other games. We might just see Jeannie's bowl here and then we'll have a look at those updates. Unless Jeannie decides to go down and have a look at the head.
Well, nothing's changed from when she went down the last bowl.
It's a choice of do you play this little weighted shot now? That's what Lisa's deciding, and it looks like she decided let's play it.
Even if she moves that one that Lisa just pointed to, it gives them a shot at theirs to get it out clean. So if she can get some weight onto the 2 front at the very least, give Lisa a path.
Needs it to start getting down now. It's not quite going to. So no change at the front there as we change ends. And let's have a look at what's going on around at the greens, Peter. We've got in First Division White, Mount Pleasant leading 17 shots to 10.
Of course, they did finish on top of the ladder, but did lose on the Monday, so they had to come through the second day.
First Division Green North, 17-10 to Wanneroo over Morley.
Wanneroo have come from 4th or 3rd, so they've had to do it the hard way as well.
First Division Green South, 11 shots apiece between Coburn and Wanneroo.
Yep, 1 and 2 on the ladder.
Rossmoyne just with their noses in front against Mount Pleasant, 12-11 in Second Division. Of course, they haven't played each other all year.
No, that's the colour winner, so yep, first time they've met.
Double View with a stronghold there, 20-11 in Third Division over Byford.
2 colour winners.
Yes, and we're being urged to give
brought to you by Mitch. Thank you very much.
Bowls WA CEO Ken Pride. We'll call him a runner.
Yeah.
Not sure he's running.
No, running is a bad choice of words.
But he is getting around and getting us those scores, so we appreciate that.
Lexi just lost the line here. The weight's not too bad. Might have wanted another couple of feet. So can Lisa chip it out cleanish? I think it's hard to get it clean.
Well, the only way of getting it clean is actually on the forehand.
But if she gets a whole lot of it, then the jack isn't moving far. It's actually moving their way.
Yep. All down to weight. I suppose there is an option to get it clean up through the front bowl onto the edge of, but that's going to require too much weight, I would think. Although she is playing more weight than perhaps we thought.
So she's looking for a whole lot of this.
Well, this is
onto.
Just on the outside.
Got it in the middle. Her bowl's come to a very nice spot.
It has.
But not with that kind of weight, it's not.
I wonder whether she'll have any temptation to go a bit bigger but forehand with the next one. And get it out clean now.
There is a world where she gets a whole lot of it, only just chips the jack, and they could be 2 or 3.
What's Lexi done here? Well, she's going right to the back. Don't know if she quite wanted to go that far.
No.
It will hold up,
but
I
if
think.
it stays on,
Yep.
That put a little bit of doubt. That's now 2 if a whole lot of the jack gets through. Lisa doesn't get it right. She'll go from 1 down to 2 down. Okay, so she either backs herself with more weight and getting a lot of the bowl so the jack doesn't move. She only clips the jack. Or she brings the weight down and just tries to turn it over to get the jack a metre.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where there's no right or wrong here. It's just what you feel.
Yep, what you're most comfortable playing here.
So it's solid weight again up on the backhand side. She's close. What's she doing with that?
Onto.
Just caught the edge. So once again, we see Lynn Brodie on the jack, and that bowl survives. 5 shots to 3 now, the lead after 6 ends here on our show rink. And that 5-3 lead is to Safety Bay and Lexi Webster's combination. 6-4 lead next door to Irene Arndt over Denise Kelly, and a 6-1 lead to Mosman Park. Chris Ace Watson over Debbie Smith at the moment. So that all ends up at a 16-12 aggregate scoreline after 18 ends of 63 to be played. A 16-12 lead to Mosman Park. Jack all the way to the tee here. Well, all but.
All but. Matt up middle of the line, so up about 3 metres.
Can Lynn continue her fine form so far? She's been very good in this one so far. Sticking with the backhand round the clock approach. She's doing well to be consistent with that approach,
with
Pete,
that
because
line.
it is very different.
It is.
She's played it really well again.
This takes good mental concentration here.
What a shot. I
Very
wonder
nice.
whether this comes down to, sometimes at Safety Bay, maybe that it is a similar thing where you
Maybe.
do need to go around the clock a little bit with the wind that comes up there, and maybe that's where she's comfortable. Certainly looks it.
Yes, so far so good.
Yeah.
Just got that out of the side of the hand, so
Yeah,
that's
that one's gone in the ditch.
in
And
the ditch, out of bounds.
huge opportunity now for Lynn. Close right in on this. She's done well again.
Because the line's good again. She's picked this line very well. She'll come back late.
Yeah, that's beautifully played. Two cracking shots there from Lynn Brodie.
Very well played.
So the only trouble for Wendy now is it doesn't really have much to correct on her first.
That's a restart. Complete. How's the weight? The line's pretty good.
Well, it's a pretty good effort given the fact she didn't have much to go on.
That's in the game. That's good.
Of course, Pete, you were out at the 4th Division final yesterday. That was a
It
thriller.
was Como and Osborne Park at Rossmoyne, neutral venue, colour winners. It was very exciting. Yeah, no. The ladies and gentlemen played really well. And, you know, Rossmoyne again it's a nice, quick, wide surface, and they played it really well. Played in really good spirit.
Absolutely.
Won the difference going into the last end.
Yes, that's what you want in a final. Well,
Yeah.
Neutral Observer does anyway.
Yeah. One rink had won by 2, the Osborne Park rink, and then the other rink ended up being a draw. So Osborne Park got 1 in the last end to win by 2 in aggregate.
Jenny Rogowski added another one for Safety Bay and managed to get far enough that it sort of tucked away a little bit. So the little edge that she got was quite helpful.
He's got the line reasonable, but put it a metre short. Just sits in that line as well now.
The problem with that is that entices you now to play under it.
Yep.
And if you're going to play under it, you're going to have to do it with weight because it'll whip away.
Yep. You need a metre of weight to get under that. Well, the Safety Bay lady should just be drawing right out to it. If you hit it, you hit it. We don't want to spring this jack.
Not going to. It's going to be okay. It's not ideal,
No.
but it's okay.
Still on that hand. I'm surprised Lisa might not have switched to the other.
Well, I guess that's opened up the landing zone a little bit. And if you can get into that zone, there's a land on either of the 2 Safety Bay bowls. It's just got to get into the
You
zone.
just can't be afraid of hitting your own. You've got to be right out to it. So this looks reasonable, but it'll go late. Will it hold? Held a long way. Tried. It's a good shot.
I think that's probably number 1.
Yep. Very good.
All down to having almost perfect weight.
Quality's the same.
That's interesting, that. I think we both expected that to turn a little bit more. So
Yeah, without knowing, obviously people have got different bowls. Some are tighter than others. This is a pretty good angle here if the weight's really good.
Just a bit quick.
Just a bit quick. Yeah, but a 2 foot trail on that hand to Safety Bay would hide it away nicely. Yep, so right out to the red here. You can't be afraid of hitting it. That's just bad luck. Even if you get around it, you'll get back to Lisa's foot and she'll be happy with that. Just on the tight side, but if it crashes, it won't go far. Not sure that really helped.
It defines the target a little bit more for Coralie. I don't think she'll be looking to lose any pace. I think she'll be happy to reach.
No, she hides it away nicely if she jack 2 feet or sits the bowl and just wriggles onto the jack.
This is out very deep.
And more weight, I think. Might be similar. I thought it might have been a bit more.
It wasn't a bad look, really. I mean,
it's only a little bit more. Stays on. Just stayed on the edge.
Look at that. There's the angle you get. Look at that.
Yeah.
On by about 1.5 inches.
So this is Safety Bay do have 1, 2, 3, 4, probably the 6 backest.
Now, I don't know that this one's going to stop. Or is it? Yes, it is.
That's very good. That helps a lot. It's not
it's
A1 position, but it helps.
It's not on the worst angle. Given the fact the jack, as we pan up, the jack can't really come straight back because it can't come through the yellow bowl or the orange bowl. So that's the more favoured angle to be on.
This is
it's a metre trail shot, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a pretty good shot for Lexi here. Trail the jack a metre. If you are on the tight side, you sit the shot bowl and you wiggle up the jack and wiggle it down the line, or might be even more effective.
She'll like her chances here.
She's got a good guide out the front. Just got to get this weight right and let it swing underneath that front bowl. Let's have a look.
Based on Coralie's, it's not the worst line. Just not quite going to get down in time.
No. The weight's okay. Weight's good enough.
Just, as you can see, for her bowl, and that's the difference between her bowl and Coralie's bowl. Coralie's bowl was turning right back from there.
Yes.
Lexi perhaps using a slightly tighter bowl. So if you're Lisa, are you still looking forehand, trying to get one round into that danger zone, Pete? I think you have to, don't you?
You have to. There's not a lot you can change to make it better in the head-wise. You could draw a back toucher. That would help.
Well, she's going to the back end, so maybe that's what she's looking at.
Back toucher helps, but you don't want to be sitting jack high and
Widening a target.
wide. Yeah. Well, weight looks pretty good. Has she got a path? No.
Just got the wrong angle of that one.
So
Well, she's narrowed down the line a little bit. That's one thing she has done. She's narrowed down the line a little bit. But based on Lexi's line with her last, I think there's still a line there for her.
yep.
Just going to have to be careful not to overcorrect this one because it'll whip away. Now, does this one hang on?
She might have just lost the weight. I think that was the problem.
Now,
I don't think the line was the problem.
yeah, put a 1.5 meters on that line. It would have been almost perfect.
Yes, I think it was the line, the weight more than the line. So Lisa's got to be. You'd think she's coming back forehand, isn't she? Turning her own bowl over to count.
Yes, but I looked.
Cheater.
Well, she's given it a chance. Is it going to get all the way back to their own bowl? She's very close.
Right underneath now and count.
Well, that's brilliantly played. Gave that every chance.
She's in really good form.
Certainly. So it's definitely 2. I think it'll only be 2.
Of course, coming off a 100-up final, a winning final for the 4th year in a row, Lisa. So consistency has been very good last week.
Yeah, 2 it is. So 5 shots apiece here after 7 ends in our feature match in the Women's Premier League Grand Final here. The Tuesday competition Grand Final. Albeit it is Wednesday.
Don't get confused.
7 ends completed. So those ends you see on screen are the end that we're currently playing. So just started end 8 here of 21. Chris Ace Watson leading 9-2, Peter. That almost appearing to be a very important rink now. Chris Ace Watson leading Debbie Smith for Mosman Park. Well, Chris Ace Watson for Mosman Park leading Debbie Smith. And a 9-4 lead to Irene Arndt over Denise Kelly. So a little bit of one each way there and a level rink, rink where we are. The Leeds have done a fantastic job so far in this match. They've had a wonderful battle, and Wendy Stour does it again. Another great start. Can Lynn respond? They've been able to respond to each other very well in this match so far.
Great contest.
She's not far away.
Done it well again.
Oh, this is fantastic stuff. Cannot fault that as a skipper. If your Leeds landing there with their first bowl, you're clapping all day.
Yep, pretty happy about that.
Just holding off.
She's got a little bit more weight, which
All it
why I
was.
held.
Yep.
Still.
Well, we've seen bowls needed at the back of the rink so far in the match. Certainly both teams have found themselves needing a bowl there for different reasons. So and she's got the pace. It's all down to pace.
Happy roll is a winner. That's pretty good. It's very good. It's very good. She's been outstanding so far.
Fantastic display.
It's pretty simple. Get a close one.
And do it on the backhand.
Yeah, chosen the backhand.
It's the only bit that doesn't make it simple.
It is if you know where it is.
Yeah.
Claire got out there, which is part of the battle. Just a little bit too far out there. Not a lot. You don't want to be coming in too much, so just more the weight.
Women's Country Week not far away, Pete.
Yes, of course, the Country v Metro at Mosman Park on Sunday. 2:45, well, 3 o'clock start. Nice twilight game. So, you know, country ladies get to wherever you're staying, drop your bags off, and then come on down and enjoy Mosman Park's hospitality and some good bowls.
Sorry, Pete, that was an excellent shot from Jenny, but she has just set up a little bit of a target in there now. And I feel like this is Claire's game, this landing sort of trailing type game. And she plays this well. Yes, and then into it as of Monday.
Monday. Of course, the ladies start with the 4s on Monday, Tuesday.
So it's pretty solid weight here from Claire and Jack.
She might.
Oh,
bounced.
wow.
Wow.
Dreadfully unlucky. Lisa will need to just remember to mark that touch, huh? Yep. She's just decide which one was it. Well, a good shot, but still 2 to safety bait and a chance to cover this up. I think this is going to be a little bit quick.
Quick.
Not the worst home in terms of Mosman Park's now got everything a metre past the jack.
Okay, so sticking on this forehand.
I tell you, Pete, Irene Arndt, who's skippering against Denise Kelly, they're up 10-4. Safety bar on that one. I was going to say I had the pleasure, but it wasn't that much of a pleasure. Irene Arndt led against us in the Open Gender Premier League a few weeks ago and put on an absolute clinic. She was outstanding. Absolutely brilliant performance. And the Open Gender competition's been a success. It's been great. It's been great to see.
Certainly a few ladies out there today that are playing in it.
Yep.
I suspect a few more will join in next year. Irene and Lexi on this rink here has played all year.
Yep, Roma out there as well.
Roma's played a game or two.
Mm-hmm.
And of course Lisa.
Debbie Smith.
Lisa on the Mosman side playing one white, skipping one white effectively.
All right, Jenny Galotti.
Just got too much weight again, I think.
Well, big opportunity now for Coralie. She can just touch this jack and just take away that the landing zone for Lisa. It's going to make Lisa have to play a perfect bowl to get out of trouble here. This is a little bit on the tight side, I think.
I think she's got the weight pretty well, but it'll run away tight. So, no, it won't count. So 2. Tried to fall back and count, but I don't think it did. 2 to safety bar in the crossover. Lisa's got a little bit of work to do here.
Safety Bay's won 2 of the 3 ends in this direction so far in the match. Holding sway once again. Green can run slightly differently, Pete. Generally in this direction, just maybe a second slower.
Yes. Well, generally, certainly in the afternoon, you're pushing into the into a little bit of a cross breeze there. So at least you got the weight right, but not the line.
Well, this is a huge opportunity now. Lisa's only got 1 bowl left. Lexi with 2 still in the hand to play. She'll make both of those count.
She beats
got a long way to put Safety Bay in front. Yep.
White, well, it looks okay as it comes past.
Well, I think the line looks good too, so I think this is good, Pete.
Between us, we got it right.
Yeah, where's she going to sit here? Oh dear. It's a great shot, but...
Yeah, it's one of those butts.
Oh. Lisa knows if she goes for this and misses, she probably drops 4. But there's a 2-foot wide target to at least improve it. Even the orange bowl, bouncing off the edge of the orange.
Inside of the orange.
Yep, weight down here. Inside of the orange, you're still a chance for maybe even a kill out of that.
To get some movement.
Or down here. So I think anywhere in this sort of zone is where she'll be looking. It's really all a matter of choice in terms of weight.
Depending on your confidence, aim for the middle bowl. Depending which hand you're going. So she's moved to the backhand. Is she playing weight?
I think it's more just a land, I think.
Charles the Jack's a pretty good result for her, but
it's pretty much just a land sort of shot.
It's tough. You can get caught wide.
She's close.
Is it going to get down? But just got wide on the outside. Oh, might have actually. That might be 4.
That'll guaranteed to be 4.
That white one comes into play.
Another one to come. Well, this is huge. This is huge. Safety Bay about to take the lead in the aggregate. Lexi needs to make sure this counts. Can't afford to be careful. Must make sure it counts.
As it comes past us, the weight looks
Short.
on the shorter
It
side.
looks very short. She's been careful with it.
Yep, can hurt you.
Can understand the approach, but there was room. That's 3. That 4th one has to be in. Four it is.
That's a good 4.
Safety Bay take the lead in the aggregate. They lead at 21 shots to 19. Right here, it is 9 shots to 5 after 8 ends have been played. And Lynn Brodie is playing a huge part in this match, Peter.
She has. She's put them under pressure every single end. Even, Wendy's played pretty well herself, but Lynn has been outstanding. Can she continue?
Pretty much the same length as we saw in this direction last time. All right, well, as we get this end underway, let's have a look at some updates, Pete, just while Lynn plays that bowl. Mount Pleasant leading 25-15 over North Beach, and that looks like it's down to one rink almost. It's 13-3 on one of the rinks over there, I can see. So that's in the one white.
Oh, you want to carry on?
Well, if you like.
Okay, sorry. Morley 19, Wanneroo 20, so Morley have caught up a little bit.
They have. One Green South looks like a close one. Warnborough have nudged ahead 17-14.
So Mount Pleasant looking for 2 flags today, 28 over Rossmore in 21.
And Byford with a bit of a comeback there in 3rd Division. Doubleview leading at 27-23. Thanks to Ken Pride for getting us those scores.
And while that was going on,
Lynn's nailed it again.
Nailed it. just for something different. Something different.
Wendy just struggling a little bit in this direction. She just seems to have lost the line a little bit there.
Breeze has turned a little bit. There might be a little bit pushing into the breeze, although there's a fair bit of protection.
Well, Lynn's definitely comfortable out here at the moment. She's definitely settled in quite nicely. Now, can Wendy find a line here in this direction? That looks better.
It's on the way.
It looks better. It's well played. It's going to run past, but that's handy. That is very handy. Plenty of applause for Irene Arndt next door.
Turned the ball over the shot by the look of it.
Jenny Rogowski for Safety Bay right here. Looks to add to the good work of Lynn. Looks to be travelling a little.
Won't be if it hits Wendy's bowl. And it has got it right in the middle. Wendy's bowl is in the ditch.
Wow.
That keeps you in the head.
I don't think that was quite quite the plan, but they'll take it.
Certainly.
And suddenly it's pressure on Claire Hughes here for Mosman Park to find a close bowl. She's played it pretty well.
So Lisa's liking it.
She's played it very, very, very well.
That helps a lot.
And
Second shot. So Jenny losing a little bit of weight here.
well, yeah, there'll be no desire to sit that bowl at this point. Might come about a little later on, but
Turning her own shot ball over won't hurt.
just not quite. It's another one around the place, but not quite. There's your aggregate score at the moment, 21-19 in favour of Mosman Park. Sorry, that's the wrong way around. So that is in favour, should be in favour of Safety Bay. We'll get that fixed up. There we go. Thank you, Mitch.
That's a very good shot from Claire. She's done exactly as asked. Turn her own ball over.
Isn't it interesting how
Sneaky bowls.
that suddenly changes the mindset of Safety Bay, who were happy to draw before that, but now you're one down. Isn't it interesting how being one up or one down changes our mindset on that when it doesn't necessarily have to, but it does. Suddenly, I expect Coralie will be reaching with this.
She is, but she might be on the high side, is she? Not a lot. And now Mosman are in protection mode.
Yeah, I'd like to see Coralie use a little bit more weight than that, Peter.
Yeah, it wasn't past Jack High. It wasn't much past Jack High, so.
Safety Bay have got the bowls past the jack. This one's going to pass on the outside and probably run all the way to the ditch. Yeah, there you go. A little bit more weight asked for from Lexi. There we go. That's got a bit more on it. She might have pushed out to the line though.
Yep. Jeannie looking to lose. Pretty well precisely 6 feet.
Just needs to park another one in the area here on the other side and it'll be very handy. She's played this really well. That won't do any damage.
No.
And changes some angles.
Just while they're crossing over, the ring next door, Irene Arnt's jumped out 13-4 now over Denise Kelly.
It's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just, I wouldn't say worrying signs, but Mosman would want to be just stabilising a little bit.
Well, of course, it's 9-5 here, as you see on our score. As we look at the scoreboards, that hasn't been put up on the scoreboard yet, but suddenly, you know, that 9-2 lead of Chris Ace Watson over Debbie Smith becomes very important for Mosman Park.
Yeah, as we said earlier, if Safety Bay can push out to that 8-10 lead halfway through, it could be jitters.
Only issue for Lexi now, she doesn't want to hit that last bowl of Jeannie because she could end up...
Not hard, anyway.
She could end up 3 down if she does that.
The weight she's playing, it probably wouldn't do too much damage.
Oh, she's very close here, Peter.
Is she holding? Or that?
I don't know.
Good
I
shot.
don't know.
It was well played. Mosman, one finger up. But that was well played. And gives her a nice shot for her next one as well.
Yeah, it was plenty in the head. Nothing to worry about now. So this is a tough one for Lisa. I mean, she could try and draw it on the back end. There is that option. It'll get back. And that's what she's looking at. Can I draw around into there? I think that might be the only shot she's got on.
She's got nothing on the forehand.
And then she's going to have to do that knowing that she's leaving Lexi with quite a nice target there at the front of the head.
Forehand, she's not getting around the front to count. Well, no, I'm not saying she won't, but it needs to be very precise.
Well, there's a bowl in the way further up as well, so that
Yeah.
I don't think the forehand's an option. I think she has to try and get round the backhand side, which she's looked at.
Yep, and it'll get back there easily.
Wow.
She doesn't like it.
She's going forehand. Okay.
So she's going under the front, I would just assume, under the front, around the front too. And then, I'm not even sure to get back then, but it might be close. How close is she? She's got one right. She's didn't get
Just caught the edge. I tell you what, it probably
been
would have got back.
interesting. Yeah, it would have been interesting whether it would have got past her front one. Or would have just might have collected it.
So Lexi, backhand? There's
Play-
both.
You can play either.
Yeah.
She's just played forehand. Through her own, through the outs, through inside half of the Mosman Park outside bowl there on the left.
I think I probably slightly favour backhand for the angles, but she's going forehand.
There's probably more options forehand. Anything up onto the jack is good, whether it's hers or the opposition.
She's called it as narrow. What's she doing off the edge here?
There are other options.
No edges. No edges. So it looks like Mosman Park are fairly confident they've got shot, so no issue there. It's a matter of where Lisa can potentially find another.
Seems like, well, to me, the only way she can count is on backhand.
But if she played forehand with her previous,
Yes.
we'd probably expect forehand again, wouldn't we?
That's a tough shot to get around, under, and through. We've got things falling down everywhere.
Strong breeze. Mind you, the players will
Yes.
appreciate that breeze. I don't think there'll be any complaints about a breeze on a 38-degree day.
This breeze will help her get back, but we'll see. I'd like to see her get close to see if it's possible.
This is floating out on a whitish line, so that is going to be, we believe, one to Mosman Park. Although the tape is coming out to check. So a very, very interesting match we've got. I think Safety Bay being front at this point, that makes things very, very interesting. I think you would have picked potentially Mosman Park to be in front with their experience and finals experience. So one it is to Mosman Park. It's still a 9-6 lead to Lexi Webster's Safety Bay combination. Safety Bay will be very happy with the way they've... I guess that's what I'm getting at. Safety Bay will be very happy with the position they're in at the moment.
Put themselves in the game, that's all they can do. They're going to make Mosman beat them, which is all you can ask for. So Matt back, Lisa's come up a fair way.
Well, remembering in this direction, Pete, Mosman Park's only won one end. Lisa will be aware of that.
So nice and short.
Six of the shots that Safety Bay have scored have been in this direction, and of course it was 4 last time.
That's what they're playing for here, the Premier League Shield.
Yeah, fantastic. That's what the season comes down to
Hopefully
in the Premier League competition.
Hopefully those little shields don't melt off during the morning. Get the CEO to stick them back on if that happens.
Wendy Stour, nice opener. Nothing all over the jack, but certainly handy. See if Lynn can adjust to this different length. It's not so much a different length, it's more a different position of Matt and Jack.
Yep.
But that can change lines and things like that. You get into a different part of the green, perhaps it's being affected by the wind slightly differently, well, it's worked. First bowl.
First bowl anyway. There's Kelly holding 4 in the crossover next door. That'll be 13-4 down. A 4 would be very nice, but 2 bowls for Irene aren't. Wendy again. Every roll. Pretty good. Pretty good. Just over a foot short. We expect Lynn to be a bit closer this time. Just still going through.
Okay, well, different setup. We haven't had an end so much where Lynn hasn't been all over the jack, Pete.
No, yeah, not too many ends when Jenny's got on the mat under a little bit of pressure. Still a bit of room. So
25-20, the current aggregate scoreboard. Safety Bay leading Mosman Park. Women's Premier League Grand Final here at Cambridge Bowling Club in Perth, Western Australia.
Just laid off on that one. That'll pull up short. So another opportunity here for Claire to nice close one here to put some pressure on. The breeze continues to blow. Claire shakes the head because she's up with Jenny, I think.
I think that's going to be a collect to Mosman Park next door, Peter.
There's
a lot of urging of Irene's last bowl, but it's come up just short.
It was right on target, but did pull up short.
Jenny is not the first one to fall victim to the forehand in this direction and drop them short. We go from Jenny to Jeannie. And Jeannie's come up with a good one here. Jenny Gallotti. That'll do to count.
So it counts.
And closes down that line a little bit out there. Or, it doesn't really, but it looks like it does.
Still a stumbling block.
This is going to be a score to Mosman Park next door. It could be anywhere up to about 5.
Irene's first bowl's in there somewhere. There were 4 in the crossover. Her first bowl was in there somewhere. Taking out 3, I think. But that's going to pull up short too. So pressure's mounting here. Currently 4 to Mosman here. Plenty of room to cut down, but currently 4.
So is it Mosman Park making their move right now? They're very unsure over on the next rink, so we'll keep an eye on that scoreline.
Yeah, well, measuring.
I think they've removed 3 so far.
She found a hole.
Wow.
That helps. The hole certainly helped.
Wow, and now that has made things a little trickier up there.
Still sticking with it.
It's going to look tempting to just reach up there and land. The problem is if you don't get exact middle contact, you're going to skew off and run away.
And Coralie here. She's just giving it too much here. So a bit of work for Lexi Webster here on the crossover. 5 down.
Yeah, okay. This is huge this is a huge moment in the match for Mosman Park. They've got a score looming on one rink. They've got a score looming right here. They trail at the moment by 5 shots on the aggregate scoreboard, which is really the only one that counts. And it is 4 shots next door to Mosman Park. They put a dent in that Safety Bay lead, and now...
Exactly, 13-4 to 13-8 on that ring.
Unless Lexi can come up with something here, it could be a Mosman Park lead.
See if we can get Claire to get off the line. And she looks this way.
There we go.
There we go, thank you, Claire. This will count. So and it's not the easiest because you can play a really good bowl and just get stuck on one of those front ones.
And you're still 4 or 5 down. Yeah, exactly.
So
going to the backhand side.
Backhand.
From the mat, that is going to look mighty tricky.
It's going to get around the white one at the front.
Cannot afford to be quick here. This is running.
So we got the line right. That's one good thing about it. Come back to the line, but she's got to get the weight right around there.
It's such an interesting choice to go there. That's a hard shot.
You'd expect.
You're just trusting yourself to get the weight perfectly to get a result there.
As you can see down, it's not a pretty sight either side, but you'd expect Lisa to count here.
So it's currently 6 shots to
It is.
Mosman Park. You'd expect this to be 7.
Well, she is a bit quick.
Just needs any contact. Didn't get any, so still 6. I think Coralie's dying to say on it. Still offered both hands, did Coralie, but
It's a big shot here.
the problem is if they're going to switch to forehand now, she should have played her first bowl there.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed, so you're nearly stuck to it. Oh, having a word with the coach here.
So just to confirm, this is allowed. Coach not allowed on the green, but the coach can. And the problem here is that the coach might well suggest forehand, but if that's the case, then she should have been there with the first, and she is going to the forehand side
The way he
now.
was motioning, it was more arriving on the forehand.
Yeah,
as
which
well.
I don't necessarily mind.
No, I don't. You say nothing's changed. So she's not arriving with a lot, but can she hold with the
I
weight?
can't quite see on the screen. It's going to drop away.
It's dropping underneath. She hasn't got the weight to hold. So that's another score. Don't think it cut the back one out. So 5 or 6. That's just the question.
Well, you should say Lexi's weight with her last bowl there wasn't bad. It
No.
just needed to be trusting to get out to the line. It is going to be 6 shots. So 6 shots to Mosman Park, and in one foul swoop,
10 over 2 ends.
they take the lead.
That settles the heart rate of the players and the spectators, or their supporters. That helps a little bit. That'll move them on to 12. There we go, 12-9.
My +6 button only added 5. Yes. But all is good.
31-25.
31-25 suddenly.
That churned around really quick, didn't it? So again, Matt back. Jack at a shortish length. See if they fall for it twice.
It's how you bounce back, Pete. You drop a number. It's how you bounce back. You have to pick up like a couple going back the other way, and it just dilutes that that damage.
Yep. Just going through a little bit. It's an opportunity here for Lynn to get back on.
I'm thinking, Pete, that Lexi might have felt that she hadn't really played many bowls out on that forehand side in that direction, and that's why she favoured that backhand side. But probably just needed to back herself with both bowls, whatever she was doing. Whilst we looked at it and said we probably wouldn't have played the backhand side, she chose to play it with the first. Nothing changed. Go there again.
That's a bit of a lesson. If nothing changes, and your option was, the option shouldn't change necessarily. Then again, if it was the wrong shot the first time, you don't compound that by playing the wrong shot the second time.
So it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
And it wouldn't have been the wrong shot if you'd drawn shot.
No, exactly.
Problem is,
As Wendy
2
made
minutes
a
away.
correction here, looks like it. Looks very good. Wendy Stour, fantastic shot. Momentum is an amazing thing. It's another one of those things that's essentially a concept that's made up in our minds, but it plays its part.
So Lynn has found the line of this all day, so she's still found a pretty good line. How's the weight
She's played it really well.
coming now?
That's a great shot.
That's a great shot. So well played, Lynn Brody.
in the one white final, that rink that was up 16-5 for Mount Pleasant just dropped to 5 to North Beach. So a little bit of a comeback. I know that we've got our intrepid score updater doing the rounds at the moment.
Yes, he is.
So if you're following that one along, North Beach just catching up a little bit there. Still Mount Pleasant well in control. Looks like by about 14 shots on the aggregate to me at the moment. That's in the First Division White Grand Final, being played on the same green here as the Premier League Grand Final.
Jenny Rogowski just getting out a bit high there. Just nice weight.
Yeah, in the end, she's almost got punished for having good weight, because if she'd rolled a bit further, she might have been into a useful spot.
Of course, Claire, who had good weight the first time, has just pushed it this time. So Jenny's job here, keep the weight, tighten it up just a little. She gets in that 2 feet radius. She's done her job. It's good to there. Get down, and it does.
Yeah, that's going to...
That's a great shot.
Yeah, very handy.
That's very well played, that one.
Very handy spot.
Nice positioning.
Any movement of Jack, that is going to be in the zone, that is for sure. People were talking about Country Week, so Saturday week for the finals of Country Week.
Yep,
we'll have streaming coverage.
Live streaming the day. We'll see where we're at, but live streaming 3 games that day.
From
Wanneroo, is that? Yep, Wanneroo Bowling Club.
Green's a treat with Wanneroo at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, great. They've done a great job in the last couple of events that we've held out there.
Close to my heart, Pete. Close to my home.
Close to your house. Good jog there.
Yes.
And of course, live streaming, of course, the Saturday Pennant Finals on the Sunday at a venue to be announced once we've locked that down. So
of course, that's a trickier one to find, isn't it? Because you have to basically find a neutral venue across the 3 First Division competitions.
3 green club.
Or 4 First Division competitions, really.
You know, 3 good greens. And not playing in the First Division finals. So it does take out a few. That's of course the minimum requirements. Just weight was pretty good, just didn't get under. So still 1.
Breeze still teasing up, making things just a little trickier for the players.
Corley,
it's well pointed for line.
Just got to get down underneath that one. You can quite make it. So
it was more the speed, wasn't it? I mean, the line was actually pretty good.
So the leaders hold sway. Nothing's changed from the leaders' bowls. 1 to Safety Bay on the crossover, which is good. Which they need to win this end just to get back in the mode.
So they won the end next door, so they dropped to 4 and they won the end. I didn't quite see what it was. It looks like it was 2.
2. So they halved that 4.
Now see what Lexi's crew can do here, or can Lisa turn it in Mosman Park's favour.
So coming to the backhand, wouldn't surprise me if she's arriving a little bit. Comes past, I think she is. Has she got the line?
Oh, Peter, she's very close to this. She's very close. What a shot this is. Brilliant shot, Lisa Featherby. Oh, Outstanding. Got the bowl perfectly to sit right on the jack.
Can Lexi respond? Sticking to the forehand. She also needs to be arriving, turning the bowl.
It's almost the same shot on the other hand. This is going to hold just on the outside with that little bit of weight. And now both players heading down there to have a look.
Yeah, Lisa. Oh, she doesn't want to tap her own bowl, but she doesn't want to try the jack either. So there's a little bit of danger trying to draw a second.
Got some updates come through, so we'll have a look at those at the end of this end. Go around the greens, let you know what's happening.
I think this will be a wider line here from Lisa.
Yeah, that was there was a lot of safe.
Speed,
There was a lot of safe about that line.
Yeah. That's the backers for what it's worth. So Lexi probably doesn't want the weight that she had the first time, I don't think. It's really only the metre, 6 feet.
Yeah,
most.
that's yep.
She just touches that jack. Or more importantly, sit the bowl in the middle.
Yep, definitely eased off the weight just a little.
Again, it will hold.
It'll allow more turn though, Pete, with that little bit less weight.
It's
Just on the outside. A fantastic effort, but Lisa Featherby able to turn it in Mosman Park's favour, and they lead at 13 shots to 9 on this rink. And if we have a look at what's happening around the greens, Mount Pleasant leading at 38-24. That was that 14 shots that I was talking about earlier. Wanneroo leading 29-28.
Yeah,
Pete over Morley.
Still tight, isn't it?
Warnboro's pulled away there.
Warnboro's pulled away 32-23. Of course, Coburn won that first encounter on the Monday, so Warnboro's liking it out there on, what's that, B green? Rossmoyne still 3 behind Mount Pleasant, so Mount Pleasant's still looking for 2 flags.
Hasn't Byford come back? They were trailing that one
Yeah.
early by about 10 or 11 and
Worked their way back into that.
just about hit the front. 1 shot behind against Doubleview in our 3rd Division
We're
Grand
thinking
Final.
They are similar lines, so they're around about halfway through all the games.
Thank you to our hard-working, yes.
Yeah.
We're being influenced here,
Yeah,
Pete,
I think
by our hard-working CEO. Hard-working or hardly working? Which is it?
it's a matter of opinion.
All right, Wendy Stour might have just missed the weight with this first one. Line's perfect. Just a metre. Lynn will have no trouble getting round that bowl. Just needs to trust it. So 33-27, the current aggregate scoreline on this this set of 3 rinks for the Premier League Grand Final. Now, has Lynn done enough here? She's certainly done enough for shot. That's a great start. So consistent. All you're after from your lead.
So Chris Ace Watson on rink 3 is just working their way 12-3 now. They're not tearing away. Debbie Smith is hanging in there, but looks like Chris just keeps getting the 1 or 2s to lead 12-3.
Well, when we
Wendy got it.
talk about experienced players, you know, playing 3 for Chris Ace Watson is Kerry Anderson.
Yes.
You know, just
Again, another
superb.
semi-final of the 100 up last week. She certainly hasn't lost it. So, well, experience. There's I was going to say 100 years experience on that rink with Roma Dunn also in the Safety Bay rink. playing 3, I think,
Yes.
to Debbie Smith. So 2 Hall of Famers up against
It's
each
a
other.
decent lineup, isn't it?
Overdone and Kerry Anderson. There's no better 2 players in WA over the periods, over the years. No 2 better competitors over the years.
Yeah.
Great competitors. They're trying to get down here.
Gee, the draw
This
weight
is
was
drawing.
just about perfect.
Jenny Witkowski find a way past that front bowl to start with.
Well, just
Well,
caught the edge, so no result, but opens it up. It's not a bad thing.
No.
Opens up a path to the jack now.
Yep, puts a little bit of a shelf there for them.
Of course, Pete, we talk about Mosman Park and the fact that they won it once and since 2010. It's been manning since, but it might be somewhat fitting there. Of course, they're celebrating their centenary this year.
100 years.
And it would feel like 100 years of coming second to Manning. So it's a huge opportunity for them today. And so far, well, 15 minutes ago we weren't quite so sure,
No.
but now they have a 6-shot lead. Certainly not safe, and we're just ticked past the halfway mark of the match.
Certainly hoping, expecting Safety Bay to kick.
Well, as a neutral observer, you just want a close game, don't you? It's as simple as that.
Jenny just not quite getting through that hole. Good shots. Sets up the head reasonably well there. Here's the turn, or you slide around it.
And what it does do is it allows Lexi to play without necessarily perfection and still get a result.
Yes.
Sometimes in these conditions, with a bit of breeze around, on the synthetic surfaces, you do have to play a little bit less for perfection and a little bit more to be in the area and give yourself a chance.
So Jeannie, looks like they've decided to draw on this ditch side, forehand.
3 ends in a row to Mosman Park on this rink. 4 out of the last 5 going their way. Total of 10 shots to 4 scored over the last 5 ends. And there's a 6-shot lead in the aggregate, so there you go.
We won't tell you whose phone that
That's
is.
our hard-working CEO's phone.
Yes.
Getting a call from Sudan or somewhere, was it?
New Zealand. We both looked at each other. Where is that coming from?
Yeah, I looked at the number and went,
Where is that coming from? Doesn't help he's at one end of the table, the phone's at the other.
Okay,
Coralie.
so Coralie needs to give this a chance.
Yeah, give it a chance through that V. Plenty going for her here.
The line's great. How's the pace?
Don't think it's got enough.
Gee, that line was perfect to get down into there. Slightly tight line. It's exactly what she was looking for.
Well, it's chosen to stay because that white one makes no effect. If you hit that, you are narrow. So looking to get inside her own bowl by a foot, 2 feet count. Well, anything could happen there. Yeah, doesn't really change Lexi's shot. They can probably play more weight. That's what it changes.
Yeah, Coralie at this point, but yeah, the call that Lexi's making, yeah.
No, Lexi's chosen to draw. Not sure exactly what the situation is. Do we know?
Not
As
really.
in up downs? No one's really said anything. It looked like it could be through.
Yeah, well, I was thinking
Mosman.
throw to Mosman, but what's this do? Well, it's not throw to Mosman anymore.
No, it's probably 1 now, if it was 3.
So a handy bowl there, Coralie. Don't get every chance.
Gives Lexi another shot on that other hand again.
I'm looking around, Pete, and you're talking about legends of the sport. I can see Lee Paletti watching this one.
Yeah,
so she's wearing the Mosman Park outfit, but of course, a wonderful history with Roma Dunn as well.
Yes, no, this won't shake her friendship with Roma, but she's not supporting Roma today.
Yeah, Vicky Sprague's out there as well.
Yep, sister's out there. She's not supporting Vicky either. Family ties are out the door. Family and friends need not apply today with Lee.
Still
love to be out there.
Still remember Lee and Roma battling away in those Manchester conditions, trying to reach through puddles and all sorts of things at the Commonwealth Games.
Talk about hard conditions.
2002.
Manchester wet.
Yes.
It was Manchester at the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Just the weight, I think, is going to hurt Lisa. Doesn't like getting rid of chalk off her bowls.
No,
either.
she's trying to make touches count for the rest of the game.
She's
Rubbed it off now.
Yeah, well, she's trying to get it on camera. But the line wasn't too bad, but the weight hurt.
Yeah, some of the action across the green.
One of our hard-working officials there, Ryan Havercroft.
Yep.
He's here with
award-winning official is
award-winning official, Ryan Havercroft. 4 to Safety Bay on the rink 3.
Boom.
Debbie Smith. So
just when they needed it.
12-3 goes to 12-7.
Yeah, and the aggregate score closes to within 4 shots once more. Mosman Park still in front.
Rink 2, I think Denise Kelly got a 2, so she's only
Lexi's
5
close
down.
here, Pete. Needs it to get down a little now. Well,
Movement. Oh, that might have hurt. 2.
That's dreadfully unlucky. She was right in the area. Could have gone either way.
Could have. And really puts her on this forehand to draw at the moment.
It's just amazing the difference a roll of a bowl. You know, that yellow orange bowl rolls one roll less and they're probably holding shot.
Yes. So you assume Lisa's drawing on the forehand here, close as she can. So there's a shield again. Good to see those little silver ones still holding there with the heat. Oh, line's pretty good.
Oh, this is close. This is very close.
Just going to run through, is it?
Great effort from Lisa.
Gets the hook at the end.
I think Lexi's got to play the same, doesn't she?
Yes.
She's got to try and draw the shot there. Needs to have gone to school a little bit on Lisa's bowl there.
Especially that hook at the end. Just another big bowl here from Lexi.
Lexi hasn't favoured the forehand side in this direction.
No.
She's going there this time because she pretty much has to.
Unless she wants to trundle through and see what happens on the backhand. That's not really her style. Some others might. What's the weight like?
No, it's more the line that's the issue.
Well, I was thinking the weight might be enough to get around those front benchers in the game. But it wasn't. So kicking out.
So 2 more, and Mosman Park have taken control on this rink. There is no doubt about that. Albeit that Lexi was a bit unlucky with her first bowl.
Yep.
In a sense. It's now 10 shots scored here.
Since they picked up that 4. Is it? 4 ends in a row?
Yeah, 10 shots and 4 ends.
Sacha Bay got a 4 and Mosman Park have got 10 in reply.
I nearly got hit in the face by your paperwork there.
Yes.
Hey.
Or my bottle cap. A little breezy here today, but hopefully that's keeping that heat down out on the green. It's nice and comfortable under the tent.
It is. Yeah, no, nothing wrong with where we're sitting. We'll just drifted across the front. Weight was good.
They've gone a bit longer again. Not the short ends that they were playing. She didn't see where Lisa was playing. They were trying to protect the wind blowing.
Great starter here again.
She's not been phased here, Lynn.
Just a really, really solid display from Lynn Brody. It's been fantastic. $37-31, the aggregate scoreline here. 6-shot lead to Mosman Park in a quest for a Premier League title. And that's after 36 ends have been played of the allotted 63. Lynn just looking to reproduce the goods once again. Hasn't been far away all game. Might have just added a little to this one. Could you get round? It certainly has. That'll trickle into a handy home.
Good to see a lead not being phased by a bowl that's sort of in the way, but not really.
Yeah.
That's a sign of a true lead.
Claire Hughes now, her opportunity on her backhand, being a left-hander.
Just going to pull up short. The ball potentially in the way on both hands now.
This has certainly been Mosman Park's more fruitful direction in the match. They've had 6 ends in this direction so far. They've won 4 of them, including a couple of multiples. Of course, they got their 6 going the other way.
Yep.
But in terms of ends won, it's been this direction that's worked more for them. As this bowl's just going to make a little bit of contact and skew away. Scores next door, 17-10 currently to Irene Arndt over Denise Kelly. That's Safety Bay in front there. And Mosman Park leading 12-7, Chris Ace Watson over Debbie Smith.
Good track here. Get down late, as we keep saying. White just pushing it through, but Jenny looking to navigate the Mosman Park front bowl. Under it, around it, just not through it. Just pushed it more the weight than the line, I think.
So a few bowls in front just to negotiate.
Yeah, it's just making the direct line to the jack. Maybe not possible, but you don't need the direct line to the jack necessarily. He's tight, but has got weight here, Jeannie.
Might
she's
find
got
the
it.
shot bowl.
She's
It
got
has.
It's a made of a couple.
Well, and it's made it tricky because it's just hard to get at.
Yeah,
With the bowls in front, the perfect draw line's hard to find here.
There we go. We send off our little Dora Explorer. Off to get the scores from the other rinks. Greens. So Kylie, a similar shot really. She can find a way under that. Just had the weight to move a bit with it, didn't she?
I think the signal is that's. I feel like that was signalled that it was the shot, but I'm not sure that's the case. But we'll see.
You'd think if Lisa's continuing to play this hand,
Then it may well
it
be.
may well be the case, because otherwise you'd be a bit hesitant. Just running out of weight there.
Okay, so Lexi favours theirs,
Yeah,
but did indicate it was a little bit closer than perhaps first signalled.
Kylie needs to probably lose a little bit of weight this time. Oh, I don't think she has. Looks quite quick. That will go all the way to the ditch. So on the crossover, close for one, we think safety bait.
Coraline muttering to herself as she's walking down the green there. She obviously wasn't happy with that one.
Right, okay. Can't understand why.
I watched her walk down the green. I don't think she was talking to anyone, but her lips were moving. There was. Well, looks to be some uncertainty as to who's got shot here because everyone's getting in there and having a bit of a close look.
Really, the thought is the backhand or the ditch side is the only side to play, whether you got shot or not. Or you could sneak under the front if you want to. It will hold up there. Won't hold up massively to the jack, but it'll hold up for shot.
For shot, yeah. Especially with Lisa's bowl, which is not a particularly wide bowl.
No. Sticking with the ditch side. Can she find a clean path?
Put it out to a nice wide line, so the line's good. How's the run? Has she got the run? She has. Great shot.
Well drawn.
Just frames things up a little bit for Lexi to be able to just make sure she reaches there.
It'll look a little bit nicer, I suppose, but doesn't really change what she's got to play. She's really out to Kylie's bowl, turning under it, or turning it.
It feels like now Safety Bay need to win an end here. Lexi needs to find a way here.
In this particular rink, yes.
Yeah, they've dropped 4 ends in a row, 5 of the last 6. Just need to find a way to turn it back in their favour.
Yep.
That's going to be tight, I think. That's where you don't quite convince yourself.
Because you're feeling that breeze.
And you know very soon, Pete, when you let it go, you go, oh. And that's exactly what happened there. Yeah. Lexi let it go and went, oh, that's not wide enough.
Okay, so will Lisa continue on this hand, even though now she's definitely got shot?
You'd have to think this is a switch to the forehand now.
You'd think so.
And it is. I think she needs to flirt with that front bowl.
Either side of it. She can get back around it.
Yep.
To count. And I think if she's just under it, she can stick to count as well. Just needs the right weight. Well, she's got the round bit. Might be travelling, but Lexi's similar weight, although she can afford to have another probably 2 feet. Got to get out to the line, but
Which is definitely wider than her previous attempt. Still not sure it's wide enough. It's all the issue is the weight's perfect.
so that's one and a measure. All indication was, I think, most favoured Safety Bay.
It's now 5 ends in a row to Mosman Park. We know Mosman Park will score 1. That's courtesy of Lisa Featherby's bowl. So when you say Safety Bay was favoured, that's for second shot, Pete.
Second shot, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe not, no. Looks like 2. 2.
2 it is. Well, I did express doubt when they said straight up, Pete. 17-9 is the scoreline now on this rink. Let's take a look at what's happening across the rest of the boards, because our man Ken Pride is back with some score updates. And, well, Mount Pleasant well in control now. 19 shots in front there in the First Division White.
Yeah, it's getting away from
final.
North Beach.
Morley, though, have hit the front, Pete.
Front, that's... Yeah, the score hasn't changed much. There are obviously no big numbers going on out there. 35, 32, yep.
Yep.
Warnborough getting away from Coburn, 44-29. So
yeah,
that's a bit of a...
Yep. Alarm bells ringing for Coburn at the moment.
Right there. No, we've got a
Oh,
correction.
Wanneroo Morley is the other way round. Apologies there. It is 35-32 to Wanneroo. So just an amendment there. So Mount Pleasant leading 43-34 over Rossmoyne in second division, and it is a 40-39 lead in third division to Doubleview. There we go. That Wanneroo scoreline now correct on your screen. Yep.
So we take it back, but still going neck and neck, those two.
There you go. There's all your updates from around the greens. Brought to you by
The resilient.
Bowls WA's CEO Ken Pride.
The resilient Ken Pride. Only got 1 error that time. That's not bad.
Okay, well, both leads have just missed with their first, but as Doug was saying earlier on, it is a game of correction. Who can find the range with their second?
That was a long time ago.
Well, this looks quick as well.
She's on the shorter side again. This is how they got their 6. Can Bing Brody jump this on, but she hasn't missed with 2 bowls very often.
Well, it's 41-33, Pete, overall. Mosman Park in front. Safety Bay need to make a move now.
40 ends gone, so 23 ends to go. That doesn't sound a lot, 23 ends. Just missed the line, missed the weight, so Claire Hughes, an opportunity.
Just important Safety Bay doesn't let this creep out any further. If it hits double figures, it's going to be a long way back.
Yeah, it's going to take a 3-rink effort as well, not just 1 rink here. All 3 rinks have just got to creep a bit closer or a bit further away.
Well, as we discussed, it's 12 shots in the last 5 ends that have been scored for Mosman Park on this rink, unanswered. There's your aggregate on screen.
Good line here from Jenny Rogowski. Is just going to run away, actually. My apologies. Not good line by Jenny Rogowski. I got no idea. But it is shot. It's something to beat.
Well, Claire's also dropping
similar line
under a little.
Well, she chucked it out there that time, but she's not got any weight whatsoever, so I'd be disappointed with that. That is a nuisance. I think that's going to force everyone to the forehand.
I think so. I don't think you're getting on the mat and liking the look of that bowl very much.
No. No, that's a recipe for I need to get under it and I'll push it.
Yes. You can't risk hitting that. Oh, wow. That's sticking with the backhand side.
It wouldn't look good to me, I guess it be.
Lisa just trying to figure out where the breeze is at the moment. I just saw her holding out her rag, trying to figure out where the breeze is now. What's this doing? Well, safely round. Well, that should mean it's on a pretty decent line.
Yes.
It's on a very good line.
There you go.
Well played. That's very well played. That took some
Courage.
discipline to draw around that bowl.
Took courage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Jeannie's got it out there pretty well. What's the weight like? Just got to run. It's a really good shot. So once again, around that bowl. Just got a bit more weight on it this time. Lisa Featherby on the forehand, but I don't think she's got the weight. The line was reasonably good, I think. We think Mosman have got one.
All right, Lisa walking back to play her bowls. Her last of this end. Lexi still with one to play.
Pretty good height. The weight might just hold her. It's just the weight.
Don't think that'll count.
I don't think so. Kylie's stepping out.
Yeah, and I
That's
think Lexi's saying, I can't play through there again. I've got to play more direct. So looking at a forehand to try and land the bolt.
Yep.
And look, Lexi's probably in the feeling that she needs to make something happen at the moment.
Yeah, it's just meandering along at the moment for the girls here, Safety Bay girls.
There are times in a match where you might feel that, you know, aggregate just slipping away a little bit. 9 shots in the aggregate right now, 42 to 33. You feel like one down just isn't quite going to do it.
Playing some weight here. How close is she? She's closer to the jack.
She's very close to the jack.
Where's
She's
that
got the
going?
jack. Where to?
It's through to her own bowl. It just went far enough.
Well, we talked about needing to make something happen. She's done it. It wasn't necessarily quite the design. It was basically roll the jack back and see where it lands, and it landed next to a Safety Bay bowl. They score 1, and it gives them a chance to make a change to this game now. 17-10 the lead to Mosman Park on this rink. And it is a 42 to 34 lead to Mosman Park on the aggregate.
So they have gone, well, I'm not sure it's too much longer. It's probably back to the length that they were playing earlier with the mat up 2 or 3 metres. And the jack 2 or 3 metres away from the tee. So it was at 10 past 11 WA time.
Yep.
With end 15, so 14 gone. Just a delay in play here while we get settled. So underway. Both leads just pushed it through a metre, so Lynn, as she has done very well all day, sticking with the backhand around the clock. She has found the line on this side exceptionally well.
It's not, look, what we've got to say here, it isn't easy on that side of the rink.
It's consistent, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
But she's mastered it very well for someone who, probably the first time they've ever played on it.
Yeah, quite likely. Sometimes there's benefits in that, Peter.
Yeah, no preconceived. Just
you don't know to be worried about it. You just play it. That's where it is. That's where it is.
So opportunity here, Jenny, to jump on, put a bit of pressure back on the Mosman Park team.
Well, there's 20 ends to go, Pete. There's 9 shots the difference at the moment. Safety Bay just need one little run of scores and they'll be right back in this. For Mosman Park, over the next 10 ends, they've just got to maintain that margin.
At the moment, the aggregate difference is basically this rink. The other two are covering each other.
Yeah.
But it's going to take all 3 rinks of Safety Bay just to pick up some 1s and 2s in the next 2-3 ends over the board, and suddenly you're level.
Remarkable difference when you win all three ends in a particular direction, all three ends that are in play.
Yeah, you don't have to do it all yourself. And you feel that way sometimes when you're 7 or 8, 9 behind. You feel you're letting the team down, but that's certainly not the case.
It's only one board that counts.
Yes. You're just going to do your best.
And you can say that during the season, there's only one board that counts. And it's sort of right and it's sort of wrong. In finals, there is only one board that matters.
Yes. Yeah, they don't have to win this ring.
No.
But they need to edge it closer. It's a good shot from Jenny the first time. She just needs to lose that 2 feet. I just think she's done, but just going to run out the side. Weight was good. Claire's the same. Lose 2 feet. She'll go on
Yeah,
the jack.
same line. Well, the line doesn't look too bad, Peter.
Chances here. It's going to slide through.
Just going to run past. Yeah. Again, not the worst home.
Corley, she splits those two. She'll count and be in perfect spot.
Well, that line's actually not far off the line
No.
you need to be on.
The weight was pretty good.
So not a lot in that. Just drop that in slightly and that'll come home nicely. And now Jeannie.
One down. Just going to lack the legs, I think.
Yeah, line was perfect.
Line was great. So safety base still holding one. I'd love to give it a friend here. Put a little bit of pressure on Lisa.
The one thing that might be worth keeping an eye on here is he's warming up a little bit now. Green may change a little bit.
You'd expect to be slowing down a touch.
Corley out deep again here, and perhaps just a touch too deep.
That'll stick. There are limits to the turn.
Yeah.
I know we've stressed the turn, but there are limits. Jenny looking for that 4 or 5 feet here. She might have got a bit more than that, but it won't matter if she sits the shot.
Behave yourself, Pete. Gee.
Got a list.
Apologies there for Peter's profanity. You're looking to sit the shot bowl, were you, Peter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sit the shot bowl. 2 words should not say together. Lexi needs to give it a friend here. 1's good, 2's better.
Yeah, at this stage they need to string ends together. You know, what have they got? They've got 6 more to play after this on this rink. You'd feel like they need to probably win, 5 of the last 7 to really put themselves in the picture. Lexi wants this to run now. It's not quite going to get there, and this is what we're talking about with the pace of the green. Just might be something you've got to keep an eye on. It's definitely warmer now. Can feel it in the air sitting alongside the rink. Lisa Featherby, she's not been far away throughout the match. And she got the trip here.
Just got to get the run.
Not quite. Great effort.
And they will change Lexi's shot here.
I believe it's still one to Safety Bay.
It will. There's nothing wrong with the shot on this hand either. Just draw to her own bowl. Line's good. What's the weight like?
It's a very good effort, is what it is. Does it pull up? Well, that's two.
That's what's needed.
So now, Peter, if you're Lisa, does she stick with the backhand side and just try and turn her own bowl? So she's got options to push her own bowl up or sneak round, and we know the line's there to get round and beat that.
Plenty of room.
Or she's got a jack high bowl here and she could draw in here.
Yep.
What are you thinking?
Bit of jack wouldn't hurt. Oh, I'd go forehand, but she's played one on the backhand and that's what she's chosen to do.
So backhand it is. Looking for pretty much the same sort of effort as last time. She's on a similar line.
It's got to hold. She might get to the shot bowl and fall back off that. No.
Oh, has she done enough to turn that out of the count though? Maybe. The back bowl's definitely shot. That's been removed and that's fine.
No, it's still two.
Two it is. Well. So 2 ends on the trot to Safety Bay. They close it to 17-12, the margin. And we have 6 ends left to play, including this one right here. Next door, they're on 15 ends each, and we've got a 17-12 lead to Irene Arndt over Denise Kelly, and a 15-7 lead to Chris Ace Watson. That's for Mosman Park over Debbie Smith, as we see the title on the line, the shield that everyone is playing for. Magnificent shield that it is. So Jack all the way to the tee here.
Yeah, we haven't played this.
Look at that. Look at that blue sky, Pete. Stunning.
Yes,
Stunning conditions. Albeit a touch warm.
Literally not a cloud in the sky. Anywhere. So we haven't been up at the tee all game.
No, and once again, you will get turn up there.
Yep, there's a little bit of shelter.
And Lynn started strongly here. Well, it dropped across late, but handy start.
Wendy runs it out. Yes, hasn't got the length.
Suddenly, Pete, we've got this rink and the rink next door cancelling each other out, and Chris Ace Watson's board is the one that's the difference on the aggregate. 8 shots. Might have to see if we can get an update from the other greens shortly.
No doors on the way.
Now, Safety Bay won the end next door. Didn't see how many it was, but
19.
Two, so closes the gap to just 6. Now's the time. This is crucial time in any match, really. We're 2/3 of the way through, just over 2/3 of the way through. Now's the time to put the foot down for either side. Lim with 2 bowls in the zone without smothering the jack.
Yep.
We'll see if Jenny can take advantage of that. Certainly takes the pressure off Jenny in terms of needing a close bowl, but She'd love nothing more than to nail it.
Travelling a little, not too
Yeah,
much.
so we talk about it will bend up there, and it will bend late. But there is a point where you've got to be a little bit careful, get out too deep.
Yeah, don't want to get too deep.
And it's too much to recover.
Still room, yeah, plenty of room for Claire. The line is okay. What's the weight like? I think it'll be nearly enough. Second shot. So Jenny doesn't want to change the weight too much. It's more the line. And it really isn't much either. I think this is more weight than line.
Yeah, that was the issue. So just struggling to nail it with the slightly different position.
Yes, as we said, it's the first time Jack's been anywhere near the tee.
Okay, so Claire just had to do a little reset. I think there's a little bit of movement up behind the rink. A little bit of a reset. Now, how's the journey on this? Because the line's perfect.
Just
Not quite. Look at that long. Look at that sideways turn late. There's no doubt about it. Not a lot of breeze making an impact right now.
There's the aggregate, 6 of the difference. Still anybody's game.
Safety Bay have steadied when they needed to. This is close.
This is pretty good. This is number 1. This is number 1. Or just number 1, but it is.
Yeah, Safety Bay have steadied just when they needed to, and now it's back to being anyone's game. It just looked like Mosman Park, if they'd won a couple more ends, could have skipped away.
Yeah, Safety Bay can just get somewhere near level and just put a few demons in the Mosman Park mines.
Just going to push right through. Well, it's a matter of getting another counter in there, but not really wanting to land Jack high right next to the Jack.
No, you want to be
Peter,
on top of this, or
yeah. You know, a foot just to the side is just going to give Lisa a rangefinder.
yeah. If you're underneath on the Jack high, you're okay.
I don't know about this one. Is it getting all the way?
If it does,
Is it getting all the way?
it is definitely.
Well, that's almost perfect, actually.
That doesn't help anybody. Doesn't help well. Doesn't help Mosman. Still got to be beaten on the draw.
I was watching Coralie's body language, and it didn't seem like she felt like she was that confident with that second
What's
bowl.
the weight like here? Because the line is very good.
Looks like it's just going to
Just-
crash.
Just needed another foot or so to get past.
Well,
So this is a big change over here. 2, maybe 3. This is a pretty important end here in the scheme of this rink and the scheme of the aggregate. Only 6 in it. 2 or 3 here tightens it right up.
all right, well, it's Lexi Webster with the first opportunity to add another here.
At the end of the end, we'll have a look at the updated other scores. Lexi gets around that. Doesn't count. No, words were said there, but they were happy words.
So can Lisa find a big shot here? It's pointed well line-wise. It just needs to pull up. No edges. Line was okay. Just significantly big by Lisa's standards.
Lexi add one on the line.
And this is big. There's room to add another here.
Weight looks okay.
This is very close. Just needs to clear the front.
And it will.
And does. Beautifully played.
Certain three. And there the fingers that go up. 3 shots.
No angles to work with at all here for Lisa Featherby. Just must draw the shot.
Nothing changes from what happened before.
Going to go and have a look. While she does that, we might have a quick look around the grounds. So Mount Pleasant leading by 17 shots over North Beach. Pretty much been the lead most of the game since they established a lead there in the one white competition. Morley now holding sway against Wanneroo, 44 to 36. So that has definitely switched the way of no. That looks like it's Wanneroo leading 44 to 36.
Although I'm looking at the board and I reckon Morley of 46-45.
Yeah, so we'll go with that.
46-45.
Because we can see it. So 46-45 in favour of Morley at the moment. Warnborough leading by 6 over Coburn. So Coburn coming back there. 10-shot lead to Mount Pleasant over Rossmoyne, and Byford have hit the front against Doubleview.
First time, I reckon. In our view.
We'll bring those back up at the end of the end so you can have another look at them. But right now, it's Lisa Featherby with a crucial bowl right here. 8-shot lead to Mosman Park.
Line's okay,
on the aggregate as this heads down the
weight
green.
like? What's
it's close.
The weight like?
It's close.
It's doing a lot of saving anyway. That helps.
Cuts it back to just 1. Safety Bay take the 3rd end in a row on this rink, but just 1.
Just 1 instead of 3.
17-13 the lead, 5 ends to play overall. A 7-shot lead to Mosman Park, 46-39, as other rinks completed during that end as well. Quick look at those scores just once more. We know that Morley Wanneroo one has got an update on it already, 46-45 to Morley over Wanneroo at the moment. Jack all the way to the tee again. And Lynn will line up on this backhand side once more. She's, well, fair to say, mastered this side of the rink in this direction throughout the match.
Certainly has. So a couple of feet of weight also.
There's a hint of commentator's curse there, but it's not too bad.
Mindy sticking to her forehand. Should be just under that last bowl. In the perfect world. Around it will be okay. Into the shadows.
Fair to say there's just a hint of anticipation across the green at the moment.
Just waiting to see if
few little
Safety Bay
cheers
can get
here and
close
there.
enough.
Yeah.
Bit of nervousness with Mosman. They're in front, getting ever so closer to the title they've longed for so many years. They will score on the rink 2 with Denise Kelly. It's just a matter of how many. 2 to Mosman on rink 2. That'll bring their score to 14 to Mosman, 19 to Safety Bay. 25 the difference there. They're holding in there, that rink. They've been behind the whole game.
Just hovering over 35 degrees at the moment.
Yes, just hanging in there.
Still that little bit of a breeze there to help the players. Even though you wouldn't necessarily call it a cool breeze at the moment.
No.
Good shot here. That's well played by Jenny Rogalski. That'll do for shot.
So the more you sweat, the cooler it is.
Looks like most of the teams have got someone running sort of cool towels and things like that out to them. Looking across the rinks, you can see there's a few hard workers that are doing a great job with those. And a nice conversion there for Claire Hughes. And that's going to be a change of hands for Jenny now.
Of course, our sponsors, pennant sponsors, Close Up Professionals.
Fantastic.
For all our pennant competitions, very much appreciated.
Home teams have always used the professional stickers.
In finals cases, the highest ranked team wear the professional stickers.
Of course, away teams are allowed to use their own stickers this season, Peter.
They are. If you've got your own stickers.
There it is. Beautiful.
Claire's got a pretty good line here. Just got to get the weight. Oop. What's sorry about that. Someone's just holding onto the pole under the camera. I think that was Mr. Norton as he's walking past. I felt Mitch's heart rate go up there for a second.
Coralie Shattuck looking to get round rather than promote. Well,
Unlucky.
That's not ideal. It's going to make things a little bit trickier.
Jenny just going to cut this line. She doesn't want to be touching that front now, and she hasn't. Coralie looking just for a little bit more line here. Beat the jack high bowl, she gets shot.
I might have been tempted to have a little look down there on the forehand to sit the bowl. Pete, this is a tough shot. What's she got?
Sits that out. Not sure that helps. Still two. Yes, I see what you mean.
Just in the windy conditions, it's just a tough shot on that whitish hand on this rink.
The cannon up the front works in the favour. It does look like it's missing the jack, so
just feel like there's a couple of chances there. Whereas other than perfection on the backhand, let's have a look with the telestrator. So I was having a look down maybe onto here, get a little edge of that bowl. Maybe you cannon across onto that one as well. Contact up here sends this bowl up. So there's a few more options than a perfect draw on this side. That's again, we say these things. There's no necessarily right or wrong, but it's just trying to maximise your chances.
And that's probably not a Lexi Webster shot.
Well,
it may well be a Lisa Featherby shot.
Yeah.
It's just... not push the line, has she? The weight is going to be a little bit short as well, so a bit of both.
And that's just the difficulty there. It's just a hard shot. It's, you know, it's there. But I feel like I'd want a little bit more room trying to draw the shot there.
Well, when you're up, it's an easier shot. You always got more confidence when you're up.
Yeah. Doesn't change the shot.
No, just feels better. Looks better. You feel like you can push it out there, and if it stays there, well, bad luck. But she's picked this line very well. This will come back if she's got the right weight. Just going to run around the outside. Well, there you go.
Oh, Lexi's thinking about weight.
Has to be forehand. She's been given the go-ahead.
Yeah. This is where Coralie just needs to back her in here and really give her confidence with the shot that she's looking at.
Yeah. It's not a wishy-washy okay if you want
what she's
to.
getting back from Coralie there isn't a confident yes. It's an okay.
If you must.
You know, I think there's more chances there. Even that front connection can work. We talked about that. It's basically it's a forehand in that zone, that sort of zone.
Yeah. If you get the perfect,
gives you all sorts of
through,
chances.
you get the jack.
Play enough weight, you can get to the jack, exactly.
If you get half the Lisa Bowl, you can nearly get them both. But I think they're drawing. I think she's been convinced that, unfortunately, it's nice happy little face there. And what they're looking at, it's not even a draw, it's trying to trail the jack, and that's even harder. This is a really good shot if she gets that jack 2 feet. This is a great shot.
She's very close.
Yeah, will it hold? No, it won't. That is the great effort. Near on perfect, but
such a great effort.
Might have stopped for a second. But that's
it needed perfection, and she was so close to coming up with it.
She played it extremely well.
Looks like there's a nice rapport going on between these two during this game. At least it sort of indicated that much, you know, tiny little bit. There's a nice respect between the two players, which is nice to see. Is there one last push here from Safety Bay? If it's 2 already to Mosman Park here, which it could well be, this is going to push them out to a double-figure lead. That's not going to get there.
No, it hasn't got the...
But it may still be 2 shots.
Straight look from Lisa.
It looks like 2 shots. It's quite comfortably 2 shots. Yeah. So they might be just taking another measure and going around to check, are they?
Check whether the other one's closer. And it is, so it's definitely 2 shots. Not 3. Doing them by the confusion. It was so much the second shot that maybe Lisa's counted, I think. But didn't. 2 shots.
So 19-13 on the rink, 4 ends to play. 10 shots is the aggregate margin right now. And that is now danger signs for Safety Bay. 10 shots with 12 ends to
14, 19 next
waiting
door.
to see if there's going to be an update to the number of ends. It looks like there's There's only 50 ends on the board. So, yeah, 10 shots with 13 ends to play. Essentially means that Safety Bay's got to win at least 9 of those 13 ends.
They do need a run here. Again, across the rinks run. I think they're holding shot on rink 2 with just the skippers 1 ball each. Denise Kelly just goes through, so
Wendy Stour with a handy start there. Great shot from Irene Arndt next door.
it's multiple anyway.
It's 2 and a measure, so we'll see how that pans out. But it's just what the doctor ordered for Safety Bay to give them any sort of hope of bridging this gap.
Swing 3, Chris Ace-Watson leading 17-8 over Debbie Smith, which
Great
has been
shots from Wendy Stour.
That rink's been pretty consistent for a long time. Rink 3, it's been around that 7 to 9 period.
Yeah, they've established it and just held it, haven't they?
Yeah, haven't gone away, but haven't been caught either. So Lynn, oh, she's just got to hold onto one of those bowls. Got through the gate.
It's been a tale of two directions with the leads. Wendy's been better in this direction, and Lynn's been better in the other direction.
Three to Safety Bay next door, so narrows it up under double figures again.
50 to 43. We've got 52 ends on the scoreboard. Not quite reflected on the actual main on the rink scoreboards, but the aggregate scoreboard may know more than we do. So.
Jenny needs a good bowl here. She needs to set it up. A little tap of the shot bowl would be nice, but setting it up.
Yeah, they just need a little look at it, don't they? Just sit next to it or just nudge the shot bowl off the front of it. Not far away. Just crashed.
Claire looking to lose 4 feet. Just get past, but counting. She doesn't want to necessarily nudge this shot bowl here. Doesn't. Oh, that's okay. That's an okay nudge.
Yes, it is.
Didn't want to lay and flop, but she laid down and with it.
Well, it's a great setup for Mosman Park at the moment. Almost at the point where they don't need to try and put any more near it, and need to just defend what they've got.
Can Jenny get through here? She's pretty good weight. She's got to find a way past them.
Great effort.
Falls down. Be nicer just to fatten it up a little bit. Just looking to get past here. You might see Safety Bay change their hand here.
There's just not a lot of angle to work with if you're Safety Bay on this head at the moment.
No.
Now, where's this going to land?
Where's that going to flop to? Oh, it's still lining up
tucked
nicely.
in.
It's
Look at
tucked in.
that.
They got the
It does actually connect all the bowls, and someone with a big drive might be able to make a mess of that, but I'm not sure that that's the game that we're going to see. We haven't really seen much aggression from either team in the match, really.
No, definitely not.
This is a super effort from Coralie. It's not quite going to get down in time.
I'm sure Lisa would love to be leaving that alone this time.
Well, she said and again.
And again to where your foot is.
Yeah.
Please don't cut the line. Got more weight this time, so it will get past them. Peel the jack off. Difficulty there is playing weight. Won't always get down enough to peel that jack off.
It needs to be a draw shot.
This is draw weight. Can she find a way past somehow to flop something?
Well, there's a target there now.
Yeah. This does call for aggression. So Lisa, again, we're looking around. Hesitation. Slippery hands. Around the front, she can count. Good effort, just going to run through.
We'll give you some updates on the other greens just
After this end.
They're updating before our updates have come through, so it's a tricky one there.
We need to move a bit quicker, our updater.
We might have a look after this bowl. We'll just see what Lexi's doing here. Expect weight. Yep.
She's playing it, so
needs it to hold on. It's going to drop away.
Interesting hand.
So while Lisa makes her way up, let's have a quick look. So we've got Mount Pleasant leading 58-37 over North Beach. Now, the Morley match, they're now leading 53-49. That one we can see from our vantage point. It's after 57 ends. After 53 ends, Coburn leading Warnbro.
Coburn have made a big comeback.
They certainly have, yeah. Mount Pleasant leading 52-45. That's with, I think, just one end to play. And Byford leading 53-49 over Doubleview. That is still with a handful of ends to play on that one. So there's your updates.
It's a blocker here from Lisa.
Yep, the old-fashioned blocker.
Don't know if it's an intentional blocker or not. But
doesn't get in the way.
No, it doesn't work. Well,
this is massive.
Could we move all three of those bowls?
Pushed it out to a wider line.
Is it going to get back down? There are chances.
There is still chances.
Can nearly run up for shot here.
Oh, wow.
Has. Could have been worse for Mosman, that is. One shot. One shot to the safety bay. She'll take that and run. She missed on the good side. Missed on the good side, so she has chances.
Well, that could be massive in the context of the match.
2 to safety bay on week 3 as well. So
well,
that
is that going to close it to?
Might put them right near level. One behind.
Well, we've got to be careful because I think the aggregate board is updating pretty quickly. So at the moment it's 4 shots.
Boards might not be updating as quick as the aggregate board.
At this point, you would hope that the players would update the scoreboards each end.
Pretty sure the link 3 didn't update, so I'm thinking that's 17-10 to Chris Ace-Watson, because 2 to Safety Bay. Irene Arndt has just drawn the shot on 2. So it's getting closer, that's what we can say.
There's no doubt about that. So 50-46 is what we've got at the moment. We believe it might be slightly closer than that. There's a lot of people around at the end of that rink, so yeah, there we go. We're getting an update on that scoreboard now. So 7 shots to Chris Ace-Watson, 5 shots here to Lisa, so that's 12. And then we've unfortunately got people standing in the way of the other scoreboard at the moment. Sorry, there's an update to the scoreboard on this rink. Yeah, 14-19 that one, so that's 5.
I think the rink 2 is the scoreboard isn't right.
Yeah,
they've got Safety Bay got an end to go on that.
At the moment, there's 7 shots the difference.
This is a great shot here.
They got a 3, which isn't on there, so it is 4 shots the difference at the moment.
Great shot from Lynn.
So we can confirm it is 4 shots the difference at the moment. That is the correct aggregate with 9 ends to play overall. Lynn in this direction. Masterful display. Lisa looking like she's just looking to lift the noise a little bit.
Yeah.
She knows the importance of that.
So it looks like we are going down to the wire. This a little bit, so she'll come through that hole. If she sticks on, she should now.
Denise Kelly's playing her last bowl and the last bowl of the end next door, so we'll keep you up to date with what happens there.
She's down in the head.
And hasn't changed it, so it is 1 to Safety Bay next door. Margin closes to 3. 50-47 in favour of Mosman Park with 8 ends to go.
Another opportunity for Jenny to add to this score.
It's effectively 1 rink versus 2 on the scoreboards at the moment. That 1 rink of Irene Arndt leading by 9 shots over Denise Kelly, just on the outside there for Safety Bay, against the 2 Mosman Park rinks. Chris Ace-Watson leading by 7. And right here, Lisa Featherby leading by 5.
Claire, she needs a seat here. Sit of the jack, sit of the bowl, and she's got
it perfectly. That's a great seconds bowl. It is the sort of shot you look for from your second. Give it a chance. The weight was good enough that if she'd missed, she probably was staying up at the back of the rink.
Yep, so you can Corley reply here on this backhand.
Premier League title up for grabs in the next 20 to 25 minutes.
Just going to slip underneath.
The whole season comes down to the next few ends.
Just Jenny going.
It's not far away. Just rolling too far to count.
We'll count, won't it? It'll be 3.
Oh, sorry, yes.
gets it out a bit further. She's definitely got more height on this one. What's the weight like? That's not too bad, is it? Just going to get a seat. Just
no change.
So still 3 to Mosman. It's going to require a skipper's intervention as the wind picks up again. Always feel stronger when you're under the most pressure.
Yeah.
When you're down in the head, feels like the wind's against you.
Oh, this is in the area.
Another good shot.
Just needs it to drop down to the previous one.
Four.
And has.
Could be 4.
4 and no real target.
Is this one of the match-winning ends? There might be multiple.
Well,
this
a
might
4.
be one of them.
A 4 is going to go a long way to securing the match for Mosman Park. 50-47, the current aggregate score after 55 ends. We'll play 63 if needed.
At this stage, we will. Bit of a discussion. Two big bowls here from Lexi Webster. Sticking to the backhand. At the worst, you'd like to see a draw inside those 3 counting bowls just behind. Get second shot to set up her last. At best, she draws the shot.
It's not far away.
She's close to something.
She's definitely going to nestle in, is she?
There's only one hole there, and she's
Wow.
she's very unlucky.
It might still be as many as 3.
Yeah,
I don't think it's 4 now.
Still might certainly be 3. Carly did put a few fingers out. Minimum of 3. That was unlucky. Drops the other way, second shot, sets up her last.
Yep.
Now she's still under a lot of pressure. Lisa will be doing something similar, dropping inside the pack. I would think that's where she'd like to be. That's her reaction. Just going to pull up short.
Well, this could.
Lexi nearly needs to play the same
This
bowl.
could be the one.
I'm not sure I'd be trying to change anything. Just being an inch different to what she already had could mean shot.
Just has to put it out there on that trusting line again.
She's got to trust that line.
Here we go. Can Lexi make a difference here?
They're interested. Is she going to hold to it?
She's very close to it.
This is a
Lexi
great
Webster,
shot.
what's she done? What has she come up with? Well, she's come up with second shot is what she's done. And that is huge. And Lisa Featherby acknowledging what a good bowl that was. Lisa was clapping that a long way out. Great sportsmanship from both teams.
Bit of discussion about ups and downs going on here.
I think there might be a bit of a number brewing on the Chris Hayes Watson rink.
She's only got one bowl left, so Lisa's. It's not a lot of danger drawing to count. 4 with it, fingers up on ring 3.
Sorry?
Ring 3, just got 4 fingers up potentially.
Oh, okay. I thought Kerry was signalling one down, so
Maybe it's worth 4, which is why she's gone to have a look.
okay. Well, it'll be 1 to
here.
Mosman Park right here. So they now lead at 20 shots to 14, and 4 shots on the aggregate.
So what Chris plays here on ring 3. While the jack's going down, It's either worth 4 or they're holding 4. Mosman also up on the crossover on link 2.
Maybe what I saw was Kerry pointing to her hand. It's hard to tell
because Chris has not done anything with that. And the Mosman girls look quite happy with her not doing anything with that.
It is 4.
4 shots to Mosman.
Yeah, there you go.
4 shots to Mosman Park on link 3. Chris Ace Watson.
So I must have seen Kerry pointing to the backhand side, and yeah, so there you go. Sometimes that looks like one down. But 4 it is confirmed.
You listen to me, you'll go a long way.
Apparently. There's only one of us that's... there's only one of us who's used foul language today, Pete.
Waiting for the finish of the sentence. Justifiably so.
All right, well, Mosman Park re-establishes their lead. 8 shots with 6 ends to play. It's not done.
Timing.
But huge time to grab a 4.
As I say, they are holding a very, very good shot on link 2 as well. So they only got to, halve the rinks, half the ends left here. They win 2 or 3 ends, that'll be enough, you would suspect, unless they drop a number somewhere. As the wind doesn't leave us alone. As you say, we can see one scoreboard from here. Mosman Park, Morley and Wanneroo are now 54 all on 60 ends.
Wow.
In the One Blue North final. So we can 60 ends played in the North Beach, 1 white. And Mount Pleasant leading 63 to 42 with 3 ends to play. So that's, you think, in Mount Pleasant's keeping. We know the result of Division 2. They have actually finished with Mount Pleasant winning that title. So it looks like there are 2 titles going their way on Tuesday. Division 2 title 52 over a pretty gallant Rossmore in 47, only 5 shots the difference. But Mount Pleasant have won the Division 2 title.
Mosman Park are going to collect 1 on the middle rink here. Denise Kelly's not going to play her last bowl. So 1 more to Mosman Park. They lead it by 9 shots with 5 ends to play across the boards. So Safety Bay need to make something happen here now. They need a big collect on one of the rinks. And they basically can't afford to lose another end. Then Brody's got shot here.
Pretty good shot here from Claire. She'll get around the back here if she runs and make a very good second.
Yeah, it's a very good shot.
2 bowls in the head. That's all they're looking for now. Bowls in the head. Get 1, drop 1. Just quickly go to scores.
We will do. We'll just see the outcome of this bowl first. This is a fairly handy bowl from Jenny Rogowski. Just needs to run.
Needs to run.
The line looked great. It's not bad, but
couple of feet short.
There is your other scores. So 62-42 in favour of Mount Pleasant. That one is nearly done. So it's going to be a win there to Mount Pleasant. Wanneroo Morley.
That's now 54 all.
54 all, so that one's moving. Coburn in front 60-57. They have come from the clouds in that one. We know the Mount Pleasant Rossmoyne game is complete.
And the 3rd division is also complete. So
Byford has got the job done.
They have come from behind, drew level, held for a while, and now have won the 3rd division title to Byford. So everything coming to an end. Just going around the outside, so can't quite add to the 1 they need, and they need more than 1 now. 9 the difference, 5 to play. Someone needs to get a score.
I think for Lisa here, she's just one down's not the end of the world here.
No.
Just needs to make sure that there's no opportunities set up for safety bait. Plenty of noise across the venue now with a few sides having finished. Yep.
Steenie just doesn't want to roll that one in. No, she's got the right side of it. So that's now 3 seconds. Good seconds. So Safety Bay do need to make something happen here. 1 won't be enough, really. You need to be turning 1s into 2s. And someone needs to get a score across the 3 rinks. Lexi will definitely understand that. She's
Well, it's hunting into the area.
well, a bit more room, but
it maybe creates an opportunity.
Yeah.
I think where it was
You've got to
probably
take a
looking
chance.
at one. You know, so yep.
you need to take a chance. Now instead of 3 seconds, they've
So,
actually got 1 second.
Pete Wanneroo 55, Morley 54. Last end being played right now.
Last end. On B2.
I'm pretty sure that's a 55 rather than a 56 on that scoreboard. Maybe it's 56.
I'm thinking 56.
Yeah, okay. 56, 54.
So it's 2 the difference.
That is for the One Blue North.
They've been back
flag.
and forth all game. There hasn't been much between them.
Now, let's find a way. Through the gap at the front.
Through the hole.
And a little slide. Not quite.
And locked it in a little bit, unfortunately. Locked the Mosman Park ball in. That's going to be hard to get out now. They did have 2 or 3 seconds, or thirds.
Yeah, that's going
But
nowhere
it's
now.
hard to get out. Still a chance. White onto.
Well, the indication from the players then was that it's still 1 to Safety Bay. So you don't necessarily need to get the bowl out. Somewhere on the line, though.
Someone has to get a number.
Yeah, but
without knowing what's going on along the rinks.
Yep.
If someone else has got a number over there, you're right.
Yeah.
But if we go all the way through and they all get 1s,
that isn't enough.
6 to play with 2 to I suppose. Keep it under 8, you're in a chance.
This one just won't quite get there in the breeze, just holding it up.
What does Lexi do?
I don't think she can necessarily afford to chase.
No.
I think she has to try and draw another.
She can still be on the backhand turning the white.
Yep. And if she happens to turn...
She only gets half of it, she might wiggle in herself.
If she happens to turn the Mosman Park bowl, well, maybe she gives herself a shot to play with the last.
Yeah. So... more cheers around the greens, as you can hear, as games come to a conclusion. She's weighing up. Eventually she's come to the forehand. Trying to find a hole.
That's it. Needs to find a way through the front. It's going to crash.
Get under the front now.
Oh, didn't crash at all. Actually got right the way through. Well... Does that bowl get out of there without touching the jack? That's the question.
It's going to get a little help off the front bowl. It's next to it.
To push it towards the jack.
Will it still miss the jack? If it does, there's an opportunity. If you need it. So...
Looks like Wanneroo. I'm looking like Wanneroo. It seems like a Wanneroo win from what I can see. There are Wanneroo players celebrating against Morley. That's in the One Blue North final.
So Lisa's trying to get through a hole as well. Just trying to draw the shot here. And our roving reporter, we can confirm Coburn have won the one green.
One green, sorry, not one blue.
Yeah,
one green south, and Wanneroo has won the one green north.
And Lisa has just got shot.
Right.
So Coburn, champions of one green south. Wanneroo, champions of one green north. Mount Pleasant, champions of second division. Byford, champions of third division.
And Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant, champions of white.
Yeah, it looks like they are finished.
Just missed, so. Oh, I think. Yeah, that went wrong, I think, on rink 3. Well, now 3 shots to Mosman. They might have been holding a couple, now they're 3 down. So Mosman got 3 on rink 3. Looks like they're going to get at least 1 on this rink.
Yep, 1 has been removed already, and they're measuring for a second.
So I think they can feel the flag in their hands now, Mosman.
Just waiting on the outcome of this measure. 1 to Mosman Park. So 21-14 the scoreline on the rink here, but more importantly it is now a 13-shot lead on the aggregate board to Mosman Park, and that is with 3 ends to play. We may not see all 3 of those ends played.
No. No, Lisa's playing her last. Chris Watson and Debbie Smith are playing their second last. A bit confusing on the board there. On the aggregate board.
Now
You can't see it, but we've played too many ends.
Now we've gone to 71 ends on the aggregate board. That definitely isn't right.
There's going to be a protest somewhere along here.
But I think we can be fairly confident in saying that we have 19, we have a 10-shot lead. 10-shot lead to Mosman Park at the moment.
I think our board is correct. And Lisa Featherby's board is incorrect because it's showing 22.
Yeah, 71 ends, that's not right.
Thanks, Mitch.
We're only playing 63.
A little bit of confusion with the board man. We think it's 9. I think it's 9 the difference.
Well, you've got 11 and 8, that's 19, minus 9 is 10.
Unless Chris hasn't updated her board. Chris Ace Watson, that is, sorry.
So
it's just...
it's all good. Mosman Park are well in charge.
Concentrate on here.
Yep.
Yes, they'll sort their boards out. A bit of confusion going on. Wendy Pools. So Lynn, who's had a wonderful game, I must say. Lynn Brody, Safety Bay.
Right, we are seeing another update to Mosman Park's board. So they are now up by 14 on Chris Ace Watson's board. And that is after 20 ends. So they are actually playing their last end now as well. So that is where the confusion was coming. So it is a 13-shot lead to Mosman Park with 2 ends to play, which are being played right now.
So Lynn just goes through, but as I was just saying, Lynn's had a wonderful game for Safety Bay.
Sorry about that confusion while that was all being worked out, but it is a 61-48 aggregate. 61-48 at the moment. All other games are now complete. So that Mount Pleasant game that was just wrapping up, Pete, that one is now complete.
Yep, so Mount Pleasant have one white. Coburn 1 green south. Wanneroo 1 green north. Ross Moyne 2nd division. Byford 3rd division. And of course yesterday Mosman Park 4th division. We are champions for the year.
We've had one more score adjustment to the scoreboards, which our score was correct, but it is 60 to 48. Apologies there to Mitch, he's just updated that for us, but it is 60 to 48. They'd added an extra shot to the Lisa Featherby scoreboard.
So we need 2 sixes to go out to an extra end.
Yeah, bit of 2020 cricket required. It's pretty much party time for Mosman Park. This is going to be an emotional win, I would think. I think this is going to be, it's one that they've wanted for a long time, and they've come up short so many times. There's going to be some emotion spill over, I would think, here. For Safety Bay, they've given it their all today.
They've had a wonderful season.
Yeah.
Finished 2nd on the ladder, get through to the grand final after losing on Monday. I think they'll be pretty proud of themselves. I don't know if they're expecting to be here. They should be very proud of themselves. A lot of experience in the team.
Again, Peter, it's a big thank you to the professionals. Real Estate, do a fantastic job supporting all of our pennant competitions in the metropolitan area. It's a wonderful partnership.
Just remembering, we'll be back online for the Saturday Pennant Finals on Sunday week.
But before that, your Country Week women's finals.
Yep, women's Country Week the day before that. So 2 more live streaming days for WA Bowls, for Bowls WA Bowls anyway. Of course, thank you to Mitch, who's been doing the buttons and here in the dark setting up. High Tide Media, very much appreciated. Do a terrific job.
And we're being told.
They're hardworking, resilient, sometimes correct, concise explorer, Mr. Ken Pride. He's done a wonderful job.
Well, let's just say he's done a job.
Wasn't a rapid job.
Of course, good luck to everyone that's playing in Thursday finals, and there's still one more round in Saturday competition to determine finalists there. But good luck to everyone that's competing in the Thursday finals tomorrow. As we are not far off a finish here. It doesn't look like there's too many sixes brewing on either ring.
On either ring. There's not a lot of... So on the back end, just staying away, touching the jack, so still 1 down. So there's only 1 there, as we see our... How many people does it take to build a table?
Yeah, well...
It's not that difficult, I wouldn't have thought. But he's got it. Well done, Mr. Pride. It's a great effort. Manual labour we don't let him do in the office, okay? Any building of shelves or anything? No. Not a lot on here for Lexi. Holding 1, but there's no number on offer.
There's no thoughts of trying to kill the end or anything like that.
No, a little bit of concession going on here because there's nothing on the RN Art. And either we'll see what she's playing over there.
Well, Lexi's played a great shot here. Needs it to drop in.
RN Art is playing weight over on the ring 3, but doesn't like it at all.
That's Debbie Smith over there.
Sorry,
I
Debbie.
it's finished.
Oh, it's finished. She's already won.
Yes.
Apologies. Debbie wasn't happy with it either. So,
Bit of a smile between the two ladies here.
Lisa just finishing up. I think she just wants to chase it to be with her teammates. To when the last ball comes down.
I think there's going to be a almighty celebration very shortly as the last bowl of Lexi Webster goes down. Debbie Smith is about to play the last bowl on the adjoining rink. So Lexi crashes into the front, and that will be 2 shots to Safety Bay, which finishes this rink at 21-16. But right now, the last bowl of Debbie Smith is on its way down, and as it passes through, that will be it. The players are shaking hands over there. It is a Mosman Park victory. They take the Premier League Tuesday competition title. It's been something they would have all dreamt of, Pete. They've had so many close calls, so many close tussles, and haven't been able to get over the line. They've done it. Mosman Park are the champions.
Safety Bay challenged them, and like a champion team, Mosman Park fought their way through that challenge and have come out on top by 11 shots. So a nice win by Mosman, but no disgrace from Safety Bay. They certainly made them work for it.
No, they Safety Bay got in front early. Then Mosman Park had that big. It was the 10th end on our rink where they got a 6. They got a 4 alongside, and they got in front. Safety Bay challenged again, couldn't quite get in front, and Mosman Park have done it. And there it is. There's some of the emotion from our champions. Very respectful. They made sure they shook hands with the Safety Bay opposition. Very respectful there. But now the emotions are spilling out, and there it is. A very satisfied. There's tears. You can see some tears there. A fantastic performance from Mosman Park, and one that's been a long time coming for them.
Yeah, what can you say? They've deserved. When you put yourself in the opportunity so many times, you deserve to get some reward out of it, and they've done that today.
Yeah, they were leaders all the way through the season, top of the table all the way through the season. So, reminder of our champions. Yesterday, it was Osborne Park that won the 4th Division title by just 2 shots over Como. And today, in 3rd Division, it was Byford over Doubleview. Byford have come from behind victory there. Mount Pleasant took the win in 2nd Division over Rossmoyne. In One Green North, it was Wanneroo, and a heartbreaker right at the end there against Morley. That was a tight one. Coburn got the win in One Blue South over Warnborough. It was Mount Pleasant with their 2 titles for Mount Pleasant for the day or for the season, defeating North Beach in the One White final. And it's Mosman Park that will get their name on that shield for just the 2nd time since 2010. A fantastic performance. A big thank you to everyone involved in all the coverage today. To Mitch, who's looked after all of our pictures. Well done. Fantastic job. To everyone that's run scores. Ken Pride running scores. Pete, yourself. Fantastic season of Tuesday Bowls, and we look forward to what Thursday and Saturday have got to come.
Certainly do. Be a great 2 weeks.
All right, that's going to be the end of our coverage, but don't forget, Saturday week is Women's Country Week finals. There will be coverage there, and of course, the the smiley face on the screen. Of course, a big Saturday pennant final still to come as well on Sunday week. But from Cambridge, big thank you to Cambridge for the big work that they've done today as well. We bid you adieu, and we'll see you next time.